Greetings and salutations, sports fans. It's Todd Edwards standing alongside my broadcast partner, Dude Jones. You can hear the music. We are seconds away from the York High Bearcats entering the playing field. And they play host tonight to the Carlisle Thundering Herd, who just entered the playing field in their all-white jerseys. And the anticipation builds here, Dew, as the York High Bearcats are here for their home opener. This is in week 3.
Week 3, the home opener against Carlisle should be a really good matchup. I know York High gets fired up when they're home. It's very hard to beat the Bearcats when they're at home, so Carlisle has a big task tonight, and let's see how it goes down. And here they are, led by number 4, Jaheim White, who's affectionately known as Florida to all his fans and family members.
And I'll tell the viewers, I was down there pre-game. It looks as if, he's added about 10, 15 pounds of muscle from last year when, he was our player of the game. He's been our player of the game a few times, but rock solid, and it'll be interesting to see tonight. He goes for a record tonight. He's only a little over 100 yards away from passing DeJour Stewart's all-time rushing record here at York High.
And I'm really excited for Jaheim White to, have that happen at home on his first game at the home field in front of his fans and his friends. It'd be a great time for Jaheim and the rest of his group of guys if he can get that accomplishment tonight.
Certainly the music has the people up here, ready for game time here.
Yeah, let's go into a little pregame about, Carlisle versus York High.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's the intro.
And welcome to tonight's contest between the visiting Carlisle Thundering Herd and your York High Bearcats. This contest is being held under guidelines established by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association. It is the responsibility of every participant.
And that's the coach, Clovis Gallen, the basketball coach. He's also the PA announcer for the football team. So we'll let him get his time, and we'll go into a little pregame right when he's done.
I had a chance to talk to him pregame as well. A lot of his basketball players are on the field tonight for York High's football players.
The use of balloons, whistles, and/or portable listening devices without earphones are prohibited. Spectators are prohibited from removing their shirts and/or using body paint while in attendance. Principal, athletic director, coaches, team physicians, team trainers, players in uniform, managers, ball holders, and statisticians will be the only persons permitted in the team box. And now, with pride and respect for our country, we will stay for the playing of our high school alma mater, followed by our national anthem.
Stop, just stop.
And there you have it, sports fans, the playing of our national anthem by the York High Marching Band.
Let's go ahead and get into a little pregame, Todd, if you don't mind. Carlisle comes in 2-0, and their next game is actually against Harrisburg as well. But they come in at 2-0, and then they have a game against CV as well. Another big-time school out of the Mid-Penn. They lost to CV last year 27-24 and lost to Harrisburg 34-14. So they were both close games. Last year their record was 7-4 overall, 4-3 in the conference, 4-1 away, 3-on-3 on the road. And York High comes in at uncharacteristically at 0-2. Had two tough losses against pretty much last quarter losses against Woodland Hills, where they had a huge comeback against Woodland Hills, where they ended up losing that game. And then against Henfield, they had a loss as well. But right now they're back at home, and they should get back on the right track, you know, being in front of their home crowd and, you know, having that energy and that, you know, momentum of having the home field advantage.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. Looking for some home-cooked advantage here, home field advantage of sorts here tonight on a beautiful night. Game time temperature at about 75 degrees. A magnificent night for football. And we thank you for tuning into Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the game to you. And we are really minutes away, dude, from kickoff here.
Kickoff. And then York High is led by QB Sam Stoner, all-county player. He's only 300 yards away from being the all-time leading passer for York High.
Yes.
So we hope he gets that record here tonight as well. And also Jaheem White, the phenomenal all-state running back who recently committed to West Virginia.
Yeah, certainly some players to keep an eye on for York High. And let's not forget sophomore sensation, David Ward.
Yeah, David Ward is having a great season so far. I believe 5 touchdowns in 2 games so far. So keep an eye on David Ward. Only a sophomore, but he's out there putting up a lot of, you know, yardage when he catches the ball, so keep an eye on him. And also, Jaheem White has the opportunity to break the York High all-time record. I think he's about 109 yards away from breaking that all-time record.
York High Bearcats.
And, of course, the Bearcats are going to be moving right to left on the TV screen. They're going to be set to receive opening kickoff. Back to receive it, number 4, West Virginia commit Jaheem White.
And you can't,
4-year starter for York High, dude.
Man, that's amazing. Like I said, you can't forget about York High's defense as well. Their defense is a really good, stout defense. They do a great job of really stopping up the holes when they need to. But today they got to play 4 quarters if they want to win this game against Carlisle. Carlisle's 2-0, and they play in that tough Mid-Penn League. Like I said, the Harrisburg, the Cumberland Valleys, the Altoonas, and, you know, and so on.
Yeah, year in and year out, Carlisle Thunder and Herd, they're battle tested just merely because of the division they play in out of the Mid-Penn. But tonight it should be a great matchup between both schools. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, York High looking for their first win tonight, hoping to get one in the win column tonight for the Bearcats.
And Coach Russ Stoner, he does a great job of scheduling those out-of-conference foes, the really tough teams. You know, York High has to travel, so, you know, you can't take York High for their record as far as coming in when you're playing against out-of-conference teams. It's really to test them, and York High's battle test. They do a great job of, not giving up and playing really hard football. And this is going to be another testament to how they play tonight.
Yeah, York High could easily be 2-0, dude. If the ball had bounced their way in their first 2 weeks of action. But tonight, a new game, and we're going to see what York High brings to the table as we are seconds away from kickoff.
And here it is.
Mazio.
And it's a nice crowd here tonight.
A short kick to the up man.
That's Jerron Hunt.
That's Javon. Yeah,
he got an edge.
Sideline, out there midfield.
And right there, they're going to start the ball around the 45-yard line.
A nice return by number 7, J-Ron Hunt, senior for York High. And great field position to start things off here offensively for the Bearcats. Of course, we mentioned earlier in their pregame show, they're led by their quarterback, senior quarterback, Sam Stoner, number 11. They have Jaheem White lined up the flanker position near side. Sam looking to throw the ball deep down to Jaheem White. Right there.
Open. That's a great catch.
What a catch. What a pass and catch.
And that's the way you want to open up the game.
To Jaheem White.
And
wow.
He's not
just like that.
He's not just a running back. He's also a slash receiver, slot guy. He's just a football player. He can play all positions. You can put Jaheem White on the defensive end, and he's going to make some plays.
Well, we happened to see last week at Henfield that one-handed catch in the end zone. How about a highlight reel?
We shared that on our Sports Shooting Stars page, and then it looks like there's a penalty.
It's coming back.
That big play is negated. and comes back. Still an awesome catch, awesome throw. Doesn't hit the scoreboard, but still nice to see that.
Bring up a 2nd down and 10.
That's David Ward with the ball right now. He's around the angle.
Room, 45 out to midfield, inside Carlisle territory.
David Ward is also a basketball player, so, you know, keep an eye on him, number 1. Plays a lot of basketball as well. Been watching him grow up the last couple years.
There's a few basketball players out here for the Bearcats.
Yeah.
I saw earlier pregame Jasir Vega.
Jasir Vega.
Yeah. A senior.
You want to make sure you keep Jasir Vega on his feet because, you know, he has a big-time senior campaign coming up for basketball, so don't want to, you know, make sure he's in a good position, doesn't get hurt out there. And they have Jaheim White going out as a wide receiver, which really opens up the field for guys like David Ward to get the ball because that one-on-one coverage is very...
and some movement there along the defense.
And that's against number 54 for Carlisle.
That's Leighton Schmick. I was told earlier he's a wrestler for Carlisle. Very powerful from the waist down.
And again, what we said, when you have Jaheim White out there on the wide receiver position, that really opens up the field for other players for York High. It's hard to keep Jaheim one-on-one. Number 8 for Carlisle. Sorry, right here.
Kareem Lawson, number 8.
Lawson, he has a big task tonight to try to keep slow down Jaheim White. But sometimes Jaheim White's out there as a distraction for other guys to get the ball. And player tripped up
there. Number 30 for the Bearcats, senior Montrez Jackson.
Number 30, Montrez Jackson.
We'll see Montrez as a running back and linebacker for the Bearcats.
They have Montrez listed as a fullback. Weight at 240.
And from the press box here, he looks every bit that. How about it, dude?
That's what you want from a fullback.
No
you want
doubt.
a guy like 240 that
Big
can kind of
that can pound,
get those extra yardage that you need for the first down.
Spread out
right now
here for the Bearcats with under 10.5 minutes to go. Go ahead, do.
Sam Stone's in shotgun.
They give him
back to the fullback.
Again,
and there's nothing going with that play there. Carlisle did a great job of meeting him at the line. May have lost a yard on that carry.
I'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. No gain on the play here, do. As ball set up at the 42-yard line of Carlisle. We'll see what York High has dialed up here again. It's spread offense.
3rd and 12.
To get inside the 35-yard line of Carlisle for the first down.
So he rolls out.
Rolls out.
He has room.
Oh, and intended for Jaheim White. Ball incomplete.
Threw it a bit behind Jaheim White there.
And it will bring up a 4th down.
And Sam Stoner had some real estate there. He had a little bit of room to run and kind of create something and get closer to that first down. But, you know, I understand being a quarterback, you want to throw the pass first to your best player, which is Florida, Jaheim White, number 4.
Number 4. And they're going for it here. Interesting play call here, do, on 4th and 12.
I can see Coach Stoner. He was fired up off of that. I think he knows that his son, who's also the quarterback, can make a play on the next play. So he's fired up right now. He wants to stay aggressive on the offensive end.
Sam back.
No, that's a kick. That's a kick. That's a kick. Sorry. That's a good punt. Takes a Carlisle bounce.
Sam acting as the punter as well for York High Bearcats. And it will give Carlisle their first possession with 9:41 to go in a scoreless contest from Smalls Athletic Field. We thank you for tuning in tonight to Sports Shooting Stars. Go ahead, Du.
And that's a good way to stay conservative in the first quarter. You don't want to kind of push it too much or dig a hole or even give Carlisle a good field position. So that was a good punt from Sam Stoner. And there's a nice crowd that's starting to trickle in here tonight here, Todd. You know, this field is always packed with people walking around or sitting in the stands. York High has fans that, you know, they come out the woodworks whenever York High plays at home. Really appreciate all the support they show the Bearcats. My old school as well, you know. Graduated in 1999. I'm an old guy now. And that's a pitch.
And not much going there for the Carlisle Thundering
Herd. The Bearcats ate that up.
Bring up a 2nd down and 13, a 3-yard loss.
Pitches to number 8, Kareem Lawson. Lost 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 13.
2nd and 13.
Players to keep an eye on for Carlisle: Easy Thomas, Louis Shank, the quarterback, in for Carlisle. Shank looking to throw the ball.
And that's a deep ball.
Far sideline.
A little bit too much.
Overthrew his intended receiver. Looks like Carson Schwartz, his intended receiver.
And the DB there is David Ward. He's a two-way player for York High, also playing defensive back. Doing a great job as a sophomore. Got to keep on alluding back to that, him having that great sophomore season so far.
And he's just a sophomore, so he'll be here for 2 more years after this season. A big game for York High, this week. They come into this game with an 0-2 record. How important is it for York High to come in here with a win tonight?
I believe it's super important for, momentum and also just for their mental space to go ahead and have a good victory at home. Back in shotgun.
Pressure by the
dances
Bearcats.
out. And he's deep. He's all by himself.
Wide open. And
he's
caught
open
by Schwartz. 40.
Quentin Price is on his
30.
on his
25, 20.
Is he going to catch him?
10, 5,
and that's a touchdown. And that's a blown assignment.
Carson Schwartz. I can't believe it, dude.
Big time play. That's about an 80-yard touchdown. Just a busted assignment.
Yeah.
In the secondary, Quentin Price kind of came up a little bit, didn't see the guy behind him. Did a great job of running him down, but that's a touchdown.
There is a penalty flag. Interesting to see here what the call, but you're right, a busted play, dude. Wide open, Carson Schwartz.
Sideline warning against the Bearcats.
The junior, Carson Schwartz, with a big-time touchdown.
He almost felt like he had to wait for the ball.
Yeah, it was sailing in the air for a while. And you got to think, there's a wind factor going on tonight as well. It's very windy where we're at. And they're kicking for the extra point, and that's in.
Kick is up and good. And your score, Carlisle 7, York High 0 with 8:43 to go here in the opening quarter. And a bit of a surprise on that play,
Yeah, it was a kind of a busted play. Like I said, Quentin Price didn't see the receiver behind him. He'll come back. He's a DB. Those guys always come back and make plays after, they have a mistake here and there. Great pass from the quarterback from Carlisle to the wide receiver to, find the guy open. And they scored the touchdown. Now it's time for York High to respond. They did a great job. For the fans that didn't tune in on the first drive, the very first play, they threw the ball for 50 yards. Sam Stoner to Jaheim White, but that call was negated. Came back, about a 50-yard gain came back, and then they kind of stalled out in their first drive. And now they have their second opportunity with the second possession.
And Jaheim White, the lone setback to receive the kickoff. And you can certainly hear from our vantage point a lot of the assistant coaches for York High are tearing into the
very animated.
Team. Oh, yes, no
Always,
doubt.
York High is known for having animated coaches, so that's for sure. They're in their grill, and they're talking to them and letting them know how they feel about, you want to set the tone, too. You want to make sure guys are aggressive and they stay focused. So, sometimes you got to stay on their butt a little harder, and, York High is great at doing that.
Theo Mazius ready to kick off. Kick to the up man.
And he still doesn't have his hands on it. He now has his hands on it. It's number 7, Jaron Hunt.
Hunt looking to break out, and
oh, that's a big-time tackle as well.
Big-time tackle by number 33, Dorian Stroud. And York High now will set up for their second possession. Down by 7. And we'll see what York High can dial up. So pregame, Matt Baker, an assistant coach for York High, and some of the viewers that may be tuned in from Central York, but not only that, played his football at Temple, and his head coach,
Division
Bruce
I.
Arians, back in the day. So nice to see Matt Baker here.
Super Bowl champion, Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians, yes.
Also, York High graduate.
Montrez Jackson with the carry out to the 20, 25.
And a nice run.
Nice run by Montrez Jackson.
Great pickup.
And you notice they have Jaheim White lined up as the flanker or wide receiver more showing his skill set.
Absolutely. And again, we said with that one-on-one coverage, he beat the one-on-one coverage the first time with that long ball, but that really opens up the field for guys like David Ward, number 1, to have, to get those slant passes and pick up a lot of yards after catch.
Yeah, David Ward near side along with Jaheim White.
Sam Stoner rolling out. He sees something. Sees nothing. He's still going.
He's going to keep it and run, and outside near the 30-yard line, just short of the first down.
Brings a 3rd and 4 with 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Man, it's a beautiful night here tonight, Todd.
I mean,
the breeze is something else.
Beautiful. It's not quite fall yet. That's officially later this month.
It's
but
on
boy,
its
a
way.
Beautiful night for football. And we've been out in all weather. How about week 1 when we were out when a heat wave?
It was
here
a
in
heat
the
wave. I
greater
like
York.
to see your car right here.
Go ahead.
Do something on the right-hand side. They have a lot of speedsters on the field, and it's the wide angles on the right-hand side of the field. I'd like to see your car do something going right.
White in motion. And to give to Jackson right up the middle and barrels up.
And he's your
for a
bruiser.
First down
And he's
and
still
more.
going.
240 pounds.
Jackson on the carry.
And what a big run there by Montrez Jackson. Dude.
Reminds me back in the day. What was his name? Was it
reminds
Craig,
you
Craig,
when you
Craig
played?
Hayward?
Craig Hayward.
Craig Hayward, yeah.
He played his college ball at Pitt. Yeah, Ironhead
Here it
Hayward.
is. Big-time bruiser. Get those extra yardage that you needed.
9663, you need to move your vehicle immediately or it will be towed. The other is a white Chevy Equinox, VA tag.
Back in shotgun formation, Sam Stoner.
If you do not move your vehicle,
Jaheim
Give
White
to
gets his
Jaheim
first.
White. First running
handoff.
carry. There's White out to 45 midfield inside Carlisle territory. And an impressive run.
Good gracious.
And a big hit afterwards.
Yeah,
there.
well, he
Jaheim
laid the
White.
boom. Jaheim White laid the boom. He wasn't, they say be the hammer, not the nail, right? So he was the hammer on that particular run. That's his first run of the night.
Yeah.
As we said before, Jaheim White is only about 109 yards away from being York's all-time leading rusher.
And
You
we're
can
young in
see
this
history
season.
tonight.
Yes, we're going to potentially see history, not only for Jaheim, but Sam Stoner.
Yeah,
The
Sam
all-time-
Stoner, around 300 yards for being the all-time passer for York High.
holding against the Bearcats.
And a hold. And boy, a second costly penalty here that moves the Bearcats back. It's kind of like taking one step forward, one step back.
And
here
fans that don't
offensively.
know, Jaheim White already has probably about 60 all-purpose yards that have been taken back so far in this game. He had a big-time catch for about 50 yards, and that 10, 12-yard run right there got held back as well. So, he's about 60 yards all-purpose that won't hit the stat sheet.
Yeah.
But he's going to gain that. He's going to get that back throughout this game.
Trips formation near side.
It's a quick pass.
Ooh,
Very
dangerous
dangerous
throw
pass.
there.
Very dangerous.
Stoner's pass intended.
Carlisle.
Looks like Easy Thomas was there potentially, looking for a pick number 4 for Carlisle. But it
Carlisle could have picked that off and ran that to the house very
pick six,
easily.
maybe?
Absolutely. That play didn't actually get a chance to develop. It looks like some of the York High players were kind of in each other's way for that particular play. That's our first time filming York High this year, and I can see they're doing different things. They have they open up the playbook
They have.
a little bit more than what I've seen it in the past.
And maybe you may be expecting 3 yards in a cloud of dust with Jaheim White, but they've spread him out a lot. And,
Yeah, well, expect him to get the ball maybe on this possession here. Go to your bread and butter.
And to give to White, looking for running room.
And there it is.
40.
There it
45,
is.
Near side 50, 45, 40. Down inside the 35-yard line, Jaheim White. A big run.
And guess what, Todd? No flag on the field.
Good observation, dude.
No
With
flag on the field.
7:25 to go. A big run by Florida, who will be next year going to West Virginia. We'll probably be seeing him on national television.
Oh, every weekend, every
Yes.
weekend for the next couple years.
Yes.
Really excited to see him go down to West Virginia and pursue his goals and do what he needs to do. And that's what you do. You give the ball to your bread and butter. Right now, things wasn't really working for your guy. Give it to Jaheim White. You know you're going to get plus positive yardage. He's going to give you everything he has. And right there, he did exactly that.
Jackson
Sam
and
Stoner.
White in the backfield with Sam, and the give to Jaheim White looking for running room. Near side 30, 25, and another big, and boy, tackled out of bounds
White carries.
Wow.
by number 72, dude. That's Thomas Nelson
Out of bounds by number 72,
for Carlisle.
Nelson.
And as I said again,
Do you notice his speed?
Oh, yeah.
Number 72 was
And that-
in hot pursuit of Jaheim White.
Jaheim White's going to take a break. He did a
Rightly
great
so.
job. He did a great job of getting York High down the field and setting up those first downs. And I'm going to say it again for fans that don't know. Jaheim White probably would have, if those penalties wasn't called back, he probably has almost 100 yards in all-purpose yards so far in this game.
Well,
big-time catch and 3 good runs.
Jaheim may have taken 3-second break. He's
He
back
did.
out in the field there
He's a workhorse.
alongside Sam Stoner in shotgun formation.
That's
On
a
the flat
short
to Jaheim
screen.
White looking for running room 20 inside the 20-yard line.
And make no mistake about it, Carlisle has some big boys up there on the
Yes.
defensive end. I mean, they're pounding after the play and then like making sure that Jaheim feels it, every time he gets the ball.
Yeah, they're laying a helmet, as they say, on him. And just from our vantage point atop the press box here, there's some big guys on that defensive line, as
It
you
is.
mentioned, for Carlisle.
It is. I told the fans before, Carlisle plays out of the Mid-Penn League against guys like, against teams like Harrisburg and, Cumberland Valley.
Cumberland.
And That's what they lost against last year, Harrisburg in the playoffs. So Montrell's
Give to Jackson right up the middle, looking for running room, and bruises his way up, feeling positive yardage.
Gain of 4.
Gain of 4. Under 6 minutes to go here on Sports Shooting Stars. We thank you for tuning in tonight.
Absolutely. It looks like York High is pretty content with having that pound game going on between Montrez and also Jaheim White. Just the 1-2 punch.
Yes.
And getting, chewing up the clock, getting Carlisle's defense a little bit tired, and, getting to that end zone. Don't want to risk anything but any careless throws.
Yeah.
So far in the game, Sam Stoner has been in shotgun. Hasn't been underneath the center at all this first quarter. And that's the handoff.
Ward with the carry, looking for running room.
And there's a
The
fumble.
ball's out, and it goes out of bounds. David Ward.
White carry. Fumbled out of bounds.
Bearcats will maintain possession here, with 5:21 to go.
Call that a loss of 3. It'll be 4th down.
4th down, and it looks as if Russ Stoner and the Bearcats offense is
4th
staying
and 1. 4th and 1. Stay aggressive. You're in the red zone right now. Stay aggressive.
Will.
Looks like Coach Stoner wants to talk it over a little bit.
Yeah.
Timeout.
Timeout Bearcats with 5:21 to go. Your score, Carlisle 7, York High 0. And an interesting first quarter here, at Smalls Athletic Field.
Yeah, Carlisle, the Rams, they came out and had that big play, kind of a busted play in the secondary with York High.
Field is a non-smoking facility. Please make sure you visit our concession stands, which are now
Big time
located
bomb from the
over on
quarterback
tennis court.
for a touchdown to Carson.
We have quick French fries and a
Carson
food truck.
Swartz.
Carson
with the
Swartz.
80-yard touchdown catch unofficially. We mentioned Sam Stoner. He has some D1 offers and looks from St. Francis, Southern Utah, Towson, Bucknell, and Central Connecticut State, expressing some interest in the senior quarterback.
Yeah,
for
Sam
York
Stoner's
High.
going to do well. He's going to do well in this, beyond York High when he goes to college. He has the build. He has the, has the experience being the quarterback for the last 2 years.
His father played at Towson.
And there's the connections.
So
Right now,
back in
4th
shotgun.
and 6. They need a
Looking
play.
to go in the end zone.
They need a play.
And picked off. Trying to maybe force that throw in and picked off.
And it looks like Quentin Price, number 9, didn't really make a play on the ball either for York High. The pass wasn't that good, but you got to turn into almost a cornerback at that time and kind of knock
it
the ball
down,
down so the guy doesn't catch it.
Intercepted by number 8.
Had to be more aggressive.
Reem Lawson with the interception, and that stalls York High.
It does.
And right now, Carlisle will set up their offense with 5:16 to go.
And if you're a York High fan, you got to trust the process. I know how, York High is sometimes, they don't make those plays. You get a little bit upset. But it's a 4-quarter game. You know what I'm saying? You got to trust the process and trust Coach Stoner that he's going to make something happen, and trust your teammates as well. I don't want the guys to get down at all. They need to stay aggressive out there.
Still plenty of time.
Can make some plays on defense as well.
And a running play by Carlisle.
And kind of stands them
Yeah,
right up.
Not much going there, on that running play. I'd like to thank our sponsors tonight. We have a few of them. How about it,
Yeah, absolutely.
Dean's Auto Plaza.
Basil Insurance
Basil
Company.
Insurance Company. S3 Performance Training.
YAFFL, York Adult Flag Football League.
Let's not forget Engine Company.
Inch and Co Sports.
And Real Estate. And Parma Pizza of Dallastown. All
Yeah.
sponsors, season-long sponsors.
Yep.
For Sports Shooting
And
Stars.
Parma's Pizza is giving out a free pizza to the player of the game. So after the game, we'll be giving out a free pizza to the player of the game.
These players will work up an appetite for Parma's Pizza.
And there's nothing there.
And nothing, and down goes quarterback Lewis Shank.
Lewis Shank is kind of like that dual threat. He had 11 touchdowns last year for the ball club, and he's also can run a lot of. He can use his leg to get the first down as well. So keep an eye out on Louis Shank.
Nazir Chapman with Matthew Parker combined on the sack there. Brings up a 3rd down and 15 now with under 4 minutes to go. Clearly a passing down here for Carlisle,
3rd and 15. Right now, York High can make a big play on defense. That's a rollout. Nothing there. They're going deep again.
Near side.
And that's out of bounds.
Just over through his intended receiver.
And Louis Shank has a big arm as well. He threw that 50-yard pass last, for their first possession, for their first score, and right there he threw the ball far again. So don't sleep on Louis Shank's arm. He likes to throw the ball deep and keep York High honest on the defensive end.
Certainly not afraid to throw it deep, as you mentioned, Du, and we've seen that on display early here in the game with 3:41 to go. Carlisle's punter out. Back to receive the punt, number 1, David Ward, sophomore, at about the 45-yard line of Carlisle. Colton Fraker is the punter for Carlisle. Offside call against the Bearcats. Still 4th down. Bring up 4th and 10. Now the ball be moved up to the 20-yard line. The ever dangerous David Ward back to receive the punt. Oh, and wow, dude, did you see the impact?
Big time hit.
Big time hit and a turnover. And that's what York High needs to get back in this ball game.
Exactly what they needed.
Colton Fraker, I think he may be feeling that for the next couple days.
Oh, yeah, right in his gut. Big time hit. Right when the Bearcats needed a defensive play, they got one.
They got it. An excellent field position now for the Bearcats with 3:38 to go. We'll see now if York High can capitalize. Stoner back in shotgun formation to his left, Jaheim White, and the give to Jaheim White. Right
just like that,
15,
one move.
10, 5.
Stiff arm, touchdown.
I think that's a touchdown due by Jaheim White. We're waiting for an official call, and it is touchdown, Jaheim White. A 20-yard touchdown run. And just like that, York High's back into this ball game, Du.
Exactly what they needed. Got to stay patient, trust the process.
21-yard touchdown run by number 4, Jaheim White.
As you see, a little bit of that skill as to what, hey, going to West Virginia next year on display with that phenomenal run. And it looks as if they're going for a 2-point conversion here, Du. And the
just
pass
like that,
to Montrez Jackson and a 2-point conversion is good.
The York High Bearcats 8 and the Carlisle Thundering Herd 7.
And gives the Bearcats a 1-point lead over the Thundering Herd, 8-7 with 3:31 to go. And question was answered. York High capitalized off that miscue from Carlisle, and just like that, now a 1-point lead.
And York High has the lead
for York High.
Way to stay in it. Way to stay focused.
Game of momentum. And you can clearly see off that big special teams play, York High punched it in. I want to remind the fans that are tuned in, this will be the first of tentatively 3 York High Bearcat games that we'll be broadcasting. We'll be back here 2 weeks from tonight as York High plays host to Red Lion. And then we'll be here for the season finale. It always seems that way between Central and York High right here at Smalls Athletic Field to close out the regular season.
Yeah,
portion.
That's the way the schedule is set up the last couple of years for them 2 teams to play against each other. I think it's a great idea. I know a lot of fans look forward to that game at the last game of the regular season. Usually decides who's the county champion the last couple of years. So, and there's a kickoff, kind of a swift
kick there, and it takes, of course, a York High bounce inside the 10, picked up.
Nothing going.
And nothing going there, Du, for Carlisle. Carson Swartz tried to make something out of that return, but not much going, and poor field position here for Carlisle to set up. A long field for Carlisle now. They only have to go 90 yards for a score with 3:29 to go. Shank back in shotgun formation, the quarterback for Carlisle. Thomas in motion. Shank, a quarterback keeper.
I tell you what, that York High defense is looking better and better each time they're out there. They're starting to get their footing behind them a little bit.
Gain of 2 on the play.
A 2-yard pickup brings up a 2nd and 8 with just over 3 minutes to go. We're going to remind the fans that are tuned in, if you're around the area, checking in with some live action, be sure to message us with some scores from around the league, some big matchups. Hershey at Dallastown. I know West York's at Exeter Township tonight. Red Lion at Reading. Central York at Hempfield. A fake pitch out and a big run there and a first down and more for Carlisle. Marquise Miller, his first carry tonight.
And that's a tackle for number 1, David Ward, also the wide receiver for York High. York High can't allow those first downs, those big chunk yardage plays, if they want to stay in this game. They're in the lead right now, but they want to go ahead and keep forcing the momentum on that defensive end and stop them from getting first downs.
Yeah, you have a team like Carlisle backed up like that. It would be nice for a 3 and out, but a new set of downs now for Carlisle. Their offense spread out. And quarterback keeper by Shank right up the middle. Up past the 45-yard line. Now a flag thrown.
Flag thrown at the end of the play.
Waiting word on the flag. Personal foul, 15-yard penalty, face mask, and this will set Carlisle up now inside the 40-yard line of York High.
Face mask, personal foul against the Bearcats.
And Carlisle thundering down the field now with over 2 minutes to go. In motion, Thomas. Give to the up man, number 44. He could be gone, dude. That's Marquise Miller.
All the way
touchdown
to the end zone.
Marquise Miller with the score, a 37-yard touchdown run.
That was a 37-yard touchdown run by number 44, Marquise
Some
Miller.
big play scores here by Carlisle.
And from an eye test from here, number 9, Quentin Price for York High. Looks like he may be injured. That's the one who had that blown assignment in the first quarter. Well, we're still in the first quarter, but the first possession. And it looks like he may have, he's moving a little bit gingerly as I'm watching him. And this is body language. It looks like he's probably under the weather or he's nursing some type of injury.
On to attempt the point after. Theo Mazias. Kick is up and good.
The extra point is good.
And it gives Carlisle the lead 14-8 over York High with 1:54 to go here in the opening quarter.
Give a shout out to Mazias. His mother was up here earlier. She's actually a York High graduate, the class of 1993. She went to school with my sister, and she was also Leah Mazias. She was also the homecoming queen at York High in 1993. But right now, her family lives up in Carlisle, and her son just kicked the extra point.
A senior, and you mentioned homecoming. Homecoming starting up here. York Suburban's homecoming game.
Coming fast.
Coming up. And I think, when we're at York Catholic due at the end of this month, that will be their homecoming game as they'll play host to DeLone Catholic. Check out our schedule on Facebook and Instagram and follow us on Sports Shooting Stars. Next week, we'll travel not too far from here to West York as they play host to York Suburban in a little Division II matchup. And as I mentioned, at the end of this month, we'll have a Division III matchup, the Battle of Catholics.
Yep.
DeLone Catholic at York Catholic.
And also for the fans that's viewing the game on the live chat or the live YouTube chat, if you want to go ahead and make a comment, you got to subscribe to the channel. Then you can go ahead and make a comment to that. We're going to kind of filter things a little bit more. And that's the kickoff.
Kick again to the up man, keeping it away from
Hunt.
Jaheim White. And Hunt, brought down hard.
That was an awkward, somewhat of a takedown, but that was a good, hard takedown. Yeah, like I said, definitely watch the game on YouTube. But if you want to go ahead and make comments or anything like that, have to subscribe to the White Rose Community Television YouTube channel. You can be a subscriber, which is also York City's official YouTube page as well, that we run all our games off of. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. If you can't be here, the next best thing is to watch it with us. We're only
maybe in the comfort of your own home, or maybe in this case out on your deck at your home. A beautiful night to sit in front of a fireplace and watch Sports Shooting Stars. The ball given to Jaheim White. Not much running room there on that play.
Not much running room there.
We've kind of come to expect every time he touches the ball a big breakthrough run, and in that particular play he was bottled up.
Well, as we said before, Carlisle has some big boys on the defensive end, on the defensive line. So, you know, York High key is to push them back and get some space so Jaheim can make those yardage and big chunk yardage and get those first downs. Can't sleep on also Sam Stoner's arm. He has a big arm as well. He's been working on that throughout the throughout the last year, throughout the all season. Nice jab step, and he's still on his feet.
35
spin move,
40-yard line. Nice carry by Jaheim White.
Made something out of nothing.
Bring up a third down. We're under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Your score, Carlisle 14, York High 8. Big touchdown run by Jaheim White, a 21-yard touchdown run, along with a 2-point conversion catch by Montrez Jackson to give York High 8 points. And some big play scores for Carlisle. An 80-yard touchdown reception by Carson Schwartz and a 37-yard touchdown run by Marquise Miller. And we're back to action here. Stoner with the ball, looking to throw the ball.
Quick throw.
And
Quentin Price.
To Quentin Price, and that's a first down and more.
Exactly what they needed. And that may be the last play of the first quarter.
And of about 12, that will result in a Bearcat first down.
With a little less than 20 seconds to go in the first quarter, that may be the last play. I don't know, get your guys back to the line and try to do a quick snap and see if they can jump off sides and get 5 yards, Todd. I don't know. It's a mental game, right?
Hurry up offense, right?
Hurry up offense.
Keep it going. You kind of maybe win the defense out a little bit.
Act like you're going to snap and don't snap the ball. But it looks like York High is going to go ahead and just let the time
content to run the clock out here in the opening quarter. And we've arrived at the end of the first quarter. Again, your score, Carlisle 14, York High 8. Do your thoughts on the opening quarter here tonight?
I thought the opening quarter was pretty good for both ball clubs. You know, Carlisle kind of surprised me. They had that, big-time pass that went about 80 yards, and then had that big-time run as well that went about 40 yards. So York High has to do a better job of not allowing Carlisle to have those big chunk yardage and big scores, because that could be a real momentum builder for the Carlisle Rams.
And York High, obviously, quite impressive. Jaheim White so far early on, and of course he'll be heading to West Virginia next season, but still plenty of football for Jaheim White and these York High Bearcats.
And as we said before, the people that just tuned in, there was 2 plays that got called back on Jaheim White. He could be well over 100 yards right now as far as in the first quarter, but right now those 60 yards or so are negated because of those penalties. But he's still having a great game so far. York High's right in this game to have the ball right now. And we're going into the second quarter. Also got an update from Tino Conquest. He said, Jaron Hunt, he just got accepted to Jackson State University. So big shout out to Mr. Hunt.
Their head coach, prime time.
Oh,
prime time, right, Deion?
Yeah.
They were on television just this
Absolutely,
past week,
man.
With a win, I believe, over Florida A&M.
Yeah, prime time's changing the game in college football.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's great.
The
You
way
remember him as a player, and not just a football player, baseball player too. He had 2 sports star, and now lending his expertise at Jackson State University.
He's changing the game at Jackson State, even the college football, as far as his teaching and this kids that want to play for his program. That's a quick pass,
quick pass in and out of hand, and there's a flag called on David Ward. Easy Thomas.
For number 1, David Ward. Incomplete. There is a penalty flag on the play.
A pass interference call there, waiting word officially.
And that's against number 4, Thomas, the senior wide receiver for Carlisle. Nice slant pass.
Pass interference against Carlisle.
Also want to tell the fans about our sponsors. Their information is located at the bottom of our screen. their logo, their contact information. These guys are local. They really do a lot for these games to be on TV or online, so we really appreciate all the sponsors. And we're also looking for new sponsors that want to be a part of the program.
We never have enough sponsors.
Absolutely.
If you're looking for
and they love
sponsorship,
sports, so they're here to help out.
out.
They love sports, so really appreciate our sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't even have an opportunity to pay these fees and get these games on TV.
Stoner looking to throw the ball deep downfield to Jaheim White, and in and out of the hands of Jaheim White.
And that pass in particular, he kind of threw the ball up thinking Jaheim White can just go get it. He wasn't really open at that point in time when he threw the ball, so I know he trusts Jaheim White just to throw it up. He'll go get the ball, but you want to be accurate on your passes. As we already said, Sam Stoner has an interception in the end zone in the first quarter, so you want to be a little bit more accurate with your passes and let Jaheim get down there a little bit more. That particular play, that was double coverage.
Yeah, he threw it into double coverage, expecting Jaheim to catch it. And now Jaheim back in the backfield now with Sam Stoner.
It's a lot of one-on-one coverage.
And as we mentioned earlier, interesting to see how they're lining up Jaheim White, not just in the backfield, but lined up as
he's all over the
receiver.
place.
And they give to Jaheim White, looking for running room down near the 30-yard line.
White carries. Gain of 2.
2-yard pickup for Jaheim White.
41, Luke August. Third down.
Just starting the second quarter, we thank you for tuning in to Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the game to you tonight from Smalls Athletic Field. Dew Jones, Todd Edwards, along with Marcellus Gottwald, Tyler Stroney, our sideline reporters. We'll be talking to them during the course of the game.
Sam Stoner in shotgun, quick pass
to White.
Jaheim breaks one tackle.
And just stepped out of bounds there, but enough for the first down.
Enough for the first down. Great play. And your guys are having a problem moving the ball down the field. And their defense just has to show up a little bit. Their defense has to do a better job of not letting those big-time plays happen. They already have a 40-yard run and an 80-yard pass. So they need to shore that up a little bit, and they'll be in this game, and they'll win this game at the very end.
York High offense, you see Mike McMonigal out there, offers from Old Dominion and Marshall. Yes, Division I, sophomore, 6'6", right tackle alongside Jalen Walker. Flag called.
And that play never got a chance to develop. They were all over. Don't know the call as of yet.
A penalty flag on the play.
Waiting word from the officials.
Illegal formation on the offense.
Illegal procedure against the Bearcats. Penalty declined.
Penalty is declined.
Second down and 15.
And it'll bring up a 2nd and 15 with just over 11 minutes to go.
And Coach Stoner calls a timeout.
His second timeout, one remaining for York High.
1st and 15.
With 10:53 to go. Carlisle 14, York High 8.
And York High doesn't want to waste any opportunities. They get this close, they want to make sure they have a good offense set up, get your guys rested. You're about 28 yards away from the touchdown. So, Coach Stoner called a timeout to talk to his guys and, get a good set of plays set up in case, different scenarios. And we should see what they got coming out next in the next few minutes.
Interesting to take a look around the league, some teams that are unbeaten, such as Spring Grove, Red Lion unbeaten. And after 2 weeks, and it's interesting to see the results tonight as Central York travels to Henfield. Henfield 2-0, a big battle there, I'm sure, in Landisville tonight.
And we had that game, Red Lion versus York High, I believe, on our schedule this
2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks from tonight.
Here at Smalls Athletic Field. As I mentioned tentatively, we have 2 more York High games scheduled for this season. Lined up near side, Jaheim White as a receiver. Trips formation far side. Sam
That's another deep bomb. He's open.
And he's right there, dude.
Bang.
Great passing catch.
Great pass. Awesome catch. And that's Quentin Price, who I said I thought he was a little gimpy earlier, but he's good to go. I may be wrong. maybe whatever was going on is passed, but that was a great pass.
A 28-yard.
That was a strike. Great pass from Sam Stoner, number 11, the senior.
Price. Big catch, big touchdown, and some big plays here tonight from both teams in their scoring opportunities.
And we also told the fans earlier, Sam Stoner is only about 300 yards away from breaking that record. I think he's probably closer to maybe.
York High now playing football as a senior.
Amari Newsom, 6'6", and growing.
No doubt about it.
He's that raw talent. This is his first year, I believe, playing football. Last year was his first year playing basketball, so they're really bringing him along. It's good to have him out there. He's going to continue to get better each game.
Well, with 10:49 to go here in the second quarter, we're knotted up. 14-14 between York High and Carlisle. And it'd be a good time to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast: Dean's Auto Plaza, Basil Insurance Company, Inch & Company Sports, S3 Performance Training, Parma's Pizza of Dallastown, along with York Area Flag Football League, all sponsors. Carlisle with the return.
And that's a decent return. He's still on his feet.
Kickoff return by number 8, Kareem Lawson.
With 10:40 to go.
It's another big matchup tonight. Southwestern versus New Oxford. That's a big game.
Undefeated
so far.
Both teams 2-0.
New Oxford is also in our power rankings this year that we had. I think we had New Oxford, I think, at 4 or 5. Or 5 in the power rankings this year, so keep an eye on them. Which we will be doing an update on all the power rankings October 15th, teams and players. Let's see who still remained in the top 10 and who bounced out, who bounced in.
A fumble, the ball is out. It looks like Carlisle recovers. Number 6, Jaquiz Morrell with the carry. Bring up a 2nd down and 9, a 1-yard pickup for Carlisle.
Also want to give a quick shout out to my mother. She's watching tonight, Darnella Brown. So big shout out to my mother watching tonight. I know she always tunes. She doesn't really follow sports, but anytime we got a game on,
Mama Jones, huh, is watching,
she's watching.
Huh?
She's watching.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Just
always good to see York High on the TV screen. You know, I always love to see York High on the TV screen. So 2nd and 9.
And that's a quarterback keeper out near first down marker.
And that's close to a first down.
Lewis Shank.
And that was almost like a busted play, but Lewis Shank made something out of nothing and got a couple yards.
Gain of 8.
Bringing up a 3rd and 1.
3rd and short.
In Bearcat territory here. At the 49-yard line, bring up a 3rd down and 1 with just under 9.5 minutes to go.
Now it's time for York High to show up that, the front line and do not allow that 1 yard that, Carlisle desperately needs. Stop them here and get the ball back. And you see York High has no safety help. They're one-on-one.
They are, yeah.
They're one-on-one. And there's a pitch.
Pitch out. And plenty of running room
no
there.
Safety.
He could be gone, dude. 25-20.
No
15-10, 5, touchdown. Kareem Lawson, who had the interception earlier, now he has a touchdown run for 49 yards.
Big-time touchdown run. And we got to say again, the 3 touchdowns that Carlisle has are big-time yardage runs, 40 yards, 80 yards, 49 yards. Like I said, York High is playing that one-on-one defense, but, you got to have somebody back there, in the safety position.
Reach that second level. And
absolutely.
He was gone. Of course, an interception, now a touchdown run
and
for
Kareem
Lawson.
I wonder if the Carlisle coaches seeing that, the defense that York High is lined up in and know that, when they get to that second level, they have a great opportunity to kind of run it in. Right. They got speedsters on their team, too. So does York High. But right now, Carlisle's doing a great job of really pushing the ball down
Flag.
York High's throat.
Whistles being blown. Kick was up and good there, but we're awaiting word here, too.
I know for some York High fans, this game kind of maybe remind you of that Woodland Woodland Hills game where, York High went down big time in the first half, and then the second half they came back roaring and only lost by 4 points. But York High has to do a better job on defense. Maybe have some different defensive schemes lined up for, Carlisle.
Offsides call on York High. They'll re-kick the ball for the point after attempt. And they're going for a
throws it
here,
up.
throws it up and
That's an
batted away
interception, but you can't do
by
much
the
with that.
Bearcats. Nope.
Great defensive play from the Bearcats.
And your score with 9 minutes even to go here in the second quarter. Carlisle 20, York High 14.
With 9 minutes to go in the second quarter, York High is going to get the ball back. The offense has been flowing so far.
York High getting set to receive. They'll be moving left to right on your TV screen here. A lot of points, a lot of
It is. And they're big time runs. They're big time runs. And you got to have a guy, I believe, you got to have that safety back there. You got to have, switch up the game plan on the defensive side. You got to have somebody back there because you can see Carlisle had a lot of speedsters on their side of the ball.
Again, kicking it away from Jaheim White, that's for sure. But
that's smart.
Number 9.
And there's a cut up. They still
Price.
has yardage.
Coming out near us here, near midfield, do.
And that's a great run from Quentin Price. Gives York High some good field position.
One timeout remaining for York High with 8:51 to go.
Out to about the 44-yard line. First and 10 there.
Viewers may be tuned in tonight and they may hear kind of a cannonball going on. We're not too far from People's Bank Park here. How about it? And Cannonball Charlie fires off that cannonball every time there's a home run.
That's right.
By the home team. You may hear that.
The York Revolution. And you can see it's busting over there.
We dodged it. How about it?
Yes.
We avoided that as it looks like almost close to a full moon coming up there off to the horizon due on a clear, beautiful night for football. Back to action here. Jaheim White tackled by 3 Carlisle defenders.
White tackled in the backfield for a 4-yard loss.
4-yard loss on that play.
And right now, Carlisle's winning the banging up front right now against York High.
Tackled by number 41.
They're in the trenches with it.
August and number 30.
Want to tell the fans, go ahead and stay tuned during halftime. We're going to have Marcellus and also Tyler Stroney come up and give us a halftime report about what they see, what's going on the sidelines. They also have one of our GoPros down there, so we have some point of view advantages that we're going to be showcasing this year. Another run from Jaheim White.
Give to White, looking for running room as he tries to stiff arm.
And there's too many white jerseys around Jaheim White.
Yeah.
There's way too many white jerseys around Jaheim White. He needs more help on that end as far as blockers. He's your star player. You don't want to have 6'7", Carlisle Rams defenders all over him. Wherever Jaheim goes, he needs a pull and tackle. He needs somebody just to be there in front. He can make plays on his own, but that's not a good sign when you see about 6 or 7, Carlisle defenders around him.
And of course, running behind Jalen Walker and Michael McMonigal.
Like to see the ball.
That right side of the line for the Bearcats.
Like to see the ball to go to number 1, David Ward. He's really good in these third down situations. And it's
Sam rolling out to his left, looking for running room, a flag thrown.
And that might be a holding call against York High. And there's nothing was open on that particular play.
A host of Carlisle defenders.
Number 33, Dorian Stroud. There is a penalty flag on the play. Appears to be holding against the Bearcats.
It looks as if it will be a holding penalty on York High.
And that's a 4th and 12, and that's really forcing York High to punt the ball away, which you don't want to do being down by a touchdown.
Right.
And, you know, with them having the potential to score again before going into halftime.
And what we've seen so far, a quick strike offense for Carlisle. Some big plays. Sam Stoner back to punt the ball away, a high punt. Will take a York High bounce. Down at the 32-yard line of Carlisle. That's where the Thundering Herd will set up offensively with 7:03 to go. A 6-point lead. Carlisle 20, York High 14.
And again, we got to tell the fans, York High comes in playing that out-of-conference schedule that's always tough. Woodland Hills, Henfield, you have Carlisle. Russ Stoner, the coach, does a great job of picking those tough matchups. And, you know, York High doesn't always come out with the victor, but they get better. You know, they're battle-tested. But, you know, playing at your home field, you know, these fans always want to see York High battle and win the game. And they're still in the game.
Oh, no doubt
Their defense is doing a great job. They have a fumble, I believe, earlier in the game.
Yes.
So watch York High's defense.
And ball bumbled there a little bit by the running back forward. Carlisle, Jaquez Morrell with a carry.
And during halftime, we are going to show the moon. It's a beautiful crimson color tonight. It's like I said, the backdrop is amazing here at York High. They do a great job with the lights on the field, with the turf. Everything's really clean at York High. I really appreciate them keeping everything intact.
As we want to remind the fans, will be the first of 3 games that we have scheduled here at Smalls Athletic Field. High atop the press box here, and fans.
And again, York High's, and again in that 1-on-1 situation.
And a quarterback keeper, not much going there for Lewis Shanks as he's brought down hard.
Shanks on the keeper. Loss of 1 on the play.
Under 6 minutes to go here before halftime.
4th and 5. And I think Carlisle's going to try to run that clock out as much as they can before they kick it off.
Yeah, I believe the scoreboard's saying 4th down, but the sidelines are saying 3rd down.
I'm sorry, yep,
the
it
markers.
is
So
3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
Scoreboard does say 4th and 5, but it's 3rd and 5. Back pass, nothing.
Under pressure, eludes a pass rush, and is going to come up short of the 1st down marker.
It looks like York High may be getting the ball back before halftime. They're about 4th and 3. A little less than 5 minutes to go. And Carlisle's playing a smart game, playing very conservative, going to go ahead and kick the ball away. I think they believe in their defense, that they can, you know, hold them again.
And letting the clock tick away here under 5 minutes.
David Ward, number 1, the sophomore back there for York High.
Hunter, number 43, Colton Freiker, gets that one off for Carlisle.
Sorry, it wasn't a fumble earlier, it was a muff punt. Wasn't that a muff punt? Block punt that.
Yeah. And the ball will be set up on the 31-yard line. York High, as their offense will come back out onto the field with 4:38 to go. Carlisle 20, York High 14.
And York High's in a great position. They have the ball with 4 minutes and 38 seconds to go. They have good field position. They can really chew up the clock, you know, and go into halftime with the lead if they go ahead and, you know, score and kick that extra point. And that's a pass to David Ward.
In and out of the hands.
They consider that a fumble.
David Ward, yeah. And
they consider that a fumble.
The whistle's blown. Now they
no whistle was blown.
And
I don't know for sure if that was a catch.
Stoner's pass is complete to number 1, David Ward. A fumble in the play.
They're saying it was complete, and there's a fumble.
Yeah.
Recovered by Carlisle, and it will be Carlisle's ball now.
Not what you want
and
at all.
Game-changing play there for the Carlisle defense.
Yeah. And if we had, like I said, you know, you can't challenge these plays at this level, but that's one you would definitely want to challenge because, you know, David Ward did catch the ball, took about 1 or 2 steps, but never really had possession of the ball, and it kind of fumbled out once he got some contact, and they consider that to be a fumble, and I know a lot of York High fans wouldn't agree.
Shanks back to throw the ball under pressure.
Deep. Tough.
One-on-one coverage out there.
And it's a late flag. A late flag was thrown.
And we're awaiting word here, dude.
And that's 2 costly plays, I believe, against York High, and that's going to hurt big time if it is against York High, which we think it is a pass interference. And that is the call.
Pass interference call against the Bearcats.
And that's a 15-yard penalty.
Called on Quentin Price, number 9 for York High. Inside the 20-yard line now for Carlisle.
And we called Quentin Price's name a few times this game. He also has a touchdown from Sam Stoner, a great pass, a 29-yard reception for a touchdown.
But Carlisle threatening here, dude, with 4:25 to go.
These penalties are putting, or these turnovers are putting York High in a bad situation.
And a run there by number 6, Morrell. Jaquez Morrell, senior.
Jaquez Morrell, he drug a couple guys on that play right there.
And the thundering herd, they are threatening for more here, dude, with just over 4 minutes to go.
It's very pivotal for York High to come out with a win because, you know, you look at the district rankings and things like that. They want to get into the playoffs. You know, they want to have those power rankings up as well. Going 0-3, really, you're going to need a lot of help from other teams to go to and get into the districts.
Morrell with a carry.
Morrell carries. Gain of 5.
A 5-yard pickup.
Tackled by number 2.
And clearly you can tell right now Carlisle in no hurry offensively, dude, to punch it in. Take some time off the clock. Clearly Carlisle in control right now and a 6-point lead. And back to that running game. Down now inside the 5-yard line.
Morrell carries.
Morrell with another carry.
Gain of 4. Second down and goal.
Ball sets up at the 4-yard line of York High. I want to remind our fans to tune in next week as we make our way to West York for a Division II matchup as West York plays host to York Suburban next Friday. Coverage starts at 6:45 as we bring the game to you with Sports Shooting Stars. Quarterback under center, and that's just a push there, looking to get him in the end zone.
And he's not in there yet. York High still fighting.
Waiting for word. Nope, down near the goal line.
Thank on the keeper.
Right now I have an update from one of our friends, Jay Mills, 714, Southwestern versus New Oxford. The score is 7-7 going into the second quarter. Central York 13-7 over Hempfield.
Third down and goal.
Interesting to see Central York if they can bounce back after their loss last week
Yeah.
at Cumberland Valley, a 2-point loss to Cumberland Valley. Despite some errors and mistakes they made, they were in that game and ultimately lost just by 2 points.
Yeah, Central went down 35, I believe 14 in the second, in the first half. And in the second half, they went on a 19-0 run.
They held
But it
Cumberland
just
Valley scoreless in the second half.
just ran out of time, didn't have an opportunity to, you know, punch it in.
Full backfield set.
And he stands him back up. He might
Out
get
near the
pushed
goal
in.
line, waiting for the side judge here.
And they're called a
No word yet,
touchdown.
and a touchdown.
Touchdown.
And normally, when you stand a guy up for that long, they normally call the play dead. They kept the play going until you had the touchdown. That's another score.
Touchdown
44, Marquise Miller with a 1-yard touchdown run.
That's another score.
for Marquise Miller, 2 touchdown runs.
And Carlisle goes up 26-14.
Again, 1-yard touchdown run by Marquise Miller, his 2nd touchdown in tonight's game.
Yeah, and I believe another Achilles heel for York High, you know, when we talked about it in years prior, I do not believe they have a kicker for the extra point. I know that sometimes, you know, comes to be a factor for York High, but I think that's something they need to invest in moving forward, having that kicker, because, you know, that third element of the game, that special teams, is something else, man. And that's a nice pitch out.
Looking for 2 points.
And he didn't make it. Didn't make it.
Easy Thomas with the carry.
Great defensive play from York High. And there's an injured guy for Carlisle on the floor, on the turf.
Down near the 5-yard line.
On the field.
Training staff comes out and tends to the injured Carlisle player. Can't quite make out who's injured there. With 1:31 to go, your score, Carlisle 26, York High 14. Carlisle comes into tonight's game with a 2-0 mark. Out of the Mid-Penn division. York High looking for their first win of the season. Carlisle player back on his feet. Looks like walking off the field rather gingerly. Looks like that's number 44, Marquise Miller. Being tended to by the training staff. And York High will get the ball at least for one more possession here before halftime. With one timeout, 1:31 to go.
And number 4, Jaheim White.
Jaheim White back to receive for York High. A little bit of a squib kick again by Carlisle, keeping it away from Jaheim White.
And he still has the ball. Jaheim White has it. He has an opening.
30, 35,
he sees something.
40. Down
He's
near
going.
Midfield, 40.
Yeah.
40. Inside the 35 and trying to strip the ball away down near the 30-yard line, of Carlisle.
He's still on his feet.
Amazing. As much as they were trying to keep the ball away from him on kickoffs.
And that was about a 47-yard return for Jaheim White. Still on the turf right now. He's still on the turf right now.
He is, and the training staff for York High out tending to Jaheim White. Not what you want to see here, with 1:21 to go here before halftime.
We see stuff like that. We always look at it as maybe being just a cramp or just something like that. Never a major injury. Definitely don't want to see that. He's a tough guy. He's not going to lay on that turf too long. He's going to get up.
No,
injured or not, he's going to get up.
Yeah, he's up on his feet. And applause from the home crowd here. Smalls Athletic Field.
It's crazy, man, how Jaheim Florida is one of those guys. All you need to do is give him an inch, and he can make a mile out of it. I mean, once you see him get into the upfield, anything can happen. Right there, he showed what he can do.
And brought down by multiple defenders on that play, if you noticed on the special teams play.
And without the penalties, he's easily over 200 yards, all-purpose yards so far in this game. And we're just in the first half.
Yeah, first half with 1:21 to go, but it gives York High excellent field position. Ball set up at the 30-yard line of Carlisle. Stoner back in shotgun formation, looking to throw the ball.
He has room.
Pressure.
He has room. Good pass.
And a great catch there.
Great job from Quentin Price, number 9.
Price again. We're calling his name quite often here.
As we can see, Quentin Price is one of his favorite targets. For Sam Stoner. Great pass. And we're going to keep telling the fans, Sam Stoner, if he gets over 300 yards this game, he's going to break the all-time passing yardage for
record,
York High.
led by Jordan Davis. So a big opportunity for Sam Stoner. And it looks, Jaheim White back on the field there.
As you should.
First and goal.
Feed that man.
Ball set up at 3-yard line of Carlisle.
Feed Jaheim White.
There's Jaheim White, the carry, looking for running room.
White on the carry.
And that's a rough tackle there.
Yeah, a 1-yard pickup. Bring up a second down and goal.
With 38 seconds, it's very important for York High to punch this in before halftime. As we said before, they don't really have a designated kicker, so they pretty much got to go for it at this point in time. So, you would definitely want to punch that in and go into halftime only down by 1 score.
And right now, third and final timeout by York High with 38 seconds to go. Let's see what the York High offense dials up here do, being down. Carlisle 26, York High 14.
Just got another update from Jay Mills, 714, Southwestern 17, New Oxford 7 at halftime.
Both teams, want to remind fans, are undefeated.
Yeah, Southwestern's that team, they kind of, every couple of years they have a good ball club that come through, and they really give a lot of teams a lot of pressure. And I think this year Southwestern might be that team where they're pretty much a sleeper in the YIAA.
It's a long season, 10 weeks, and we'll see how things are at the halfway point. And, of course, this is the final week, week 3 here of non-conference matchups. And next week we'll get into the
conference.
Yes, conference matchups.
A lot of fans here tonight getting excited.
And they give to Jaheim White.
And that's too easy.
He can walk in.
That's too easy.
By Jaheim White.
That's what he does.
Touchdown run.
And
made it look easy. How about it?
And the fans really love Jaheim White, Florida. They really love to see him out there, scoring touchdowns. He responds to the fans, gives them a little bit of love as well.
And speaking of some love, some fans down there do yelling your name out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and a big touchdown run. Second touchdown run for Jaheim White tonight.
I tell you what, man, this York High team is very resilient. They can make their mistakes, but they keep playing hard. They don't give up. As we said before, they don't have a kicker, so they're going for a 2-point conversion. Tough pass.
Oh, intended for Jaheim White. And right now, Bearcats down by 6. Carlisle 26, York High 20, 34 seconds to go. And I want to remind the fans, don't go anywhere. The way that both teams have been scoring tonight, not out of the realm of thinking that Carlisle.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's going to be a shootout.
They'll have all 3 timeouts remaining, the Thundering Herd.
Over about 46 points in this first half between both ball clubs. So, it's a shootout so far. And as we said before about that third phase, the special teams and having a kicker, we watched Central last week where they pretty much they lost 5 points pretty much. They went for two-point conversions, and they had 1 kick that was blocked. And that's 5 points, and they lost by 2. So, not having a kicker in that third phase of football is very important. Especially as, like I said, you get into the playoffs. 1-point wins are still wins.
Yeah. It's a win's a win, yeah.
I always say if I was a football coach, I'll go towards a soccer team.
Yeah, well, traditionally that's what would happen lots of times. You're right, they would try to recruit a soccer player to be your kicker.
And that's a squib kick.
A little bit of a squib kick. Caught by the up man for Carlisle.
He has a little bit of room.
It's number 3, Carson Swartz, who had a big 80-yard touchdown reception earlier in this game.
And fans won't see it, but Jerron Hunt, number 7 for York High, really laid out that Carlisle player on that special teams play right there. Pretty much laid his shoulder, and he was on the turf.
Jerron Hunt, we mentioned earlier, thanks to a fan going to Jackson State University.
As we said before, Deion Sanders, prime time. That's what a lot of players want to go to, because the way he influences the culture and how he hypes up his guys as far as who plays on his football team. Big shout out to Deion Sanders. Need more guys like that out there.
Hall of Famer, yeah. Ball set up 31-yard line for Carlisle. 26 seconds to go, but Carlisle does have all 3 timeouts remaining.
They're not going to take a knee. They're going to go ahead and try to get something out of this.
Trying to press downfield.
To the big tight end.
That's
number 85.
Quentin Barclay for his first reception. Tight end junior for Carlisle. Steps out of bounds with 19 seconds to go.
And Quentin Barclay, from this event, he has to be at least 6'3", 6'4". He's a big boy, big tight end, big target for the quarterback. Louis Shank.
Carlisle spreading out their offense.
And Carlisle staying aggressive. Only 19 seconds to go in the second quarter, but they're staying aggressive to see what they can get out of it. And they look like they're going deep. Nice slant.
Oh, and caught by number 8, Kareem Lawson. Who has
wonder if Carlisle has a big-time kicker, you get him into within that 25-yard range, and he can go ahead and kick a 30-yarder.
12 seconds to go. Carlisle will utilize their first timeout.
They have 12 seconds and 2 timeouts. That's plenty of time in football to get a couple plays down the field and, you know, set up your kicker or a touchdown. It just depends.
Yeah,
as we said before, they had some big-time runs and big-time catches for touchdowns so far in this game.
Yeah, you have to think if you're Carlisle, you're looking for 7 right now, and the way they put up some big plays, as you mentioned, in the first half. 2 timeouts remaining, 12 seconds. The ball set up at the 44-yard line of York High. Good time to remind our fans of our sponsors for tonight's game. Dean's Auto Plaza, Basil Insurance Company, Engine Company, Sports and Realty,
S3 Performance Training,
and Parma's Pizza of Dallastown, along with York Area Flag Football League, all sponsors of Sports Shooting Stars all season long.
Season-long sponsors. Check them out on Facebook and also their website. And he's still dancing. That's a tip.
And, oh! Did you see who was back there defensively?
I was about
Number
to say,
4,
if I'm not mistaken,
Jaheim White.
Jaheim White.
Cornerback here for the York High Bearcats defense.
I like it. I like the switch up. I like the courage he has as well. He's not afraid to play defense, play offense, and he's what they need in that back
and he's
in that
on the
secondary.
special teams unit as a kick returner as well. So yeah, he's playing all 3 phases here, and
it looks like York High is more of a prevent, a cover 2.
Yeah, they have 5 essentially defensive backs.
Yeah,
they used to call that a nickel defense of sorts.
Have Sam Stoner out there as well in the middle there, number 11. That's the quarterback for York High.
Almost playing like a free safety position.
And they're going deep
Shanks
again.
In and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Easy Thomas.
I tell you what, Louis Shank is doing a good job of finding open receivers. They're not always catching the ball, but he seems pretty calm in the pocket and does a great job of being accurate with his passes.
And you notice more and more quarterbacks now do at this level are in the shotgun formation. They see the field a lot more than being under center.
Yep. They have more time.
More time, yep.
Another second or 2 to kind of evaluate what's going on the field. Only 2.4 seconds here left in this.
Enough for maybe this play here. I mean, even with 2 timeouts.
And I would assume they're going to go for the end zone here.
Trips formation,
far side. I want to tell the fans as well, it was only 26 seconds left when they got the ball, and they stayed aggressive the whole time. And right now they have the ball. Louis Shank in shotgun. Looked like he may go deep, and he is going deep. He just kind of throws it up.
Oh,
and that's interception.
Intercepted there.
That's
Jaheim White. Far side, midfield.
That's Jaheim White.
45-40, 35-30.
Ah.
And I think he stepped out of bounds, dude. What a way to end the first half.
Wow. As you said before, man, Jaheim White is one of those guys. You can put him anywhere on the football field. He's going to make a play. He only had probably about 3 plays on defense and came away with an interception. So
about a 50-yard run, right? An interception.
Easily over around 200 yards so far in this game, all-purpose for Jaheim White. He's a dog out there, man, number 4.
Wow. big play to end the first half. And your score, Carlisle 26, York High 20. Don't go away anywhere, fans. Get another bottle of water and some popcorn. It's going to be an entertaining second half.
Absolutely, man. York High can keep you on your toes a little bit. They're not out of the game, but they go down by a touchdown or two. You're like, oh, okay, the game might be starting to shift in the other ways direction. And York High just roars back, and they're right back into the game. And they get the ball. No, they don't get the ball in the second half.
Yeah, they remember the Carlisle.
Carlisle gets the ball in the second half.
Receive the second half kickoff, and what a first half. Do a lot of big scoring plays, and what we had hoped for, we received.
Absolutely,
if you will, here at Smalls Athletic Field. Again, your score: Carlisle 26, York High 20. York High looking for their first win of the season against the Carlisle Thundering Herd. We'll see what adjustments they make as both teams head to the locker room. Yep. Here on Friday Night Lights with Sports Shooting Stars.
And coming into the game, York High played against a really, really tough Woodland Hills team where they lost by 4 points pretty much in the fourth quarter. Then they had another loss against Hemphill, another really good team, pretty much a fourth quarter loss. So, their record, doesn't really show them being 0-2. They're a lot better than what their record shows. So, York High always has a tough out-of-conference schedule. Coach Stoner makes it that way, so these guys are battle-tested when it's time to play.
No cupcakes on the schedule, right?
Not at all. Not at all. Give fans a few minutes. We're going to go ahead and do a halftime report around the 8-minute mark. We'll be back, and you guys take a chill pill, and we'll be back soon.
Back with more with Sports Shooting Stars.
And you guys can tune in. We're going to go ahead and showcase the Bearcats Marching Band. They do a great job. They're also athletes out there as far as, student athletes still doing stuff outside of school. So we want to give them some shine right now. Check them out.
Video game music has evolved into large-scale orchestral scores with original melodies that stand outside of the games themselves. We open our show this year firing up our Xbox and Fight for Freedom with a thrilling theme from the long-running game franchise Halo. Next, the Bearcat Band Nintendo switches to catch them all and become gym leaders with Ash and Pikachu with the theme from Pokemon. We conclude this year's show journeying to the Destiny Islands where the Bearcat Band will join Sora and his Keyblade to rid the land of darkness with the theme from Kingdom Hearts. And now, under the field direction of drum major Emily Snellbaker, the William Penn High School Bearcat Marching Band. This year, the Bearcat Marching Band celebrates 101 years of marching musical excellence and school and community pride. And to continue with that tradition, we will exit this field to the fanfares of We're From York. The band is directed by Kevin Crocker and is assisted by Laura Alta. Drumline instructor is Brian Perez and color guard instructor is Diana Muldrow. Student leaders, drum major, Emily Snellbridge. Section leaders are flute clarinet, Xavier Bruno. Alto sax, Logan Crew. Trumpet, Darius Shoemate. Low wing, David Steiner. Drumline, Amor Moira. Hit, Kaylee Ann Maldonado. The William Penn High School Bearcat Marching Band would like to thank the administration of the school district of the City of York and William Penn High School, the board of school directors, and the York City Music Booster Club for their generous support.
We're going now, guys.
We're back, sports fans. Todd Edwards alongside Dew Jones. We have Marcellus Gottwald and Tyler Stroney here. We're going to bring them in a little bit here and go over the stats from a very entertaining first half. Tyler, go ahead.
Yeah, what's good, Todd? So we're down there having a great time on the sideline, but let me tell you about this kid, Luke August, for Carlisle, right? They're bringing him A-gap, B-gap, C-gap. He's been giving Sam Stoner fits all night, all right? Sam Stoner has been doing a great job distributing the ball. He has three main targets right now. He's got Quentin Price, he's got David Ward, and Jaheim White, of course. And Jaheim White has 2 touchdowns out there. What else we got going on over there, Marcellus?
Well, you pretty much nailed it, man. Sam Stoner right now, 7 of 13, 91 yards, the touchdown, and the 1 interception. But, man, it's all about White, dude. Like you were saying all week, dude, talking about it's going to be a movie out there. The first half, he's 10 carries, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's got the interception. He's well over 100 yards with all-purpose. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that interception had to be about 50 yards, right?
Oh.
You were down there field level. I mean, what was the speed? What was it like, Marcellus? Tell
amazing.
The viewers.
Yeah, I mean, being right there, I mean, the guy just looks pure power. He's got everything. He's got speed. He's got the whole package, man. And just to see him out there, and I love the passion too. How about it, Tyler?
Oh, man, yeah.
He wanted to take that interception to the house.
Yeah, he was so upset. I think he's going to get something back later in the game for that. But the ability to line a guy up like that at X, Y, Z, they had him in the slot. They've been motioning him and out. Like, they've been moving him everywhere. He's so creative. He's so talented. You can use him as a one cut back, as a speed back, or as a power back. You can use so many schemes around this guy, and West Virginia is getting a stud. I really think he's one of the most underrated players in the country right now. And you look at a guy like Jaheim White, you see Tavon Austin. Tavon Austin was able to line up anywhere for West Virginia. That's what they're getting, and York High has a special player right here. And if they come back to win this game, it's going to be because of Jaheim White right here and all his talent around him. They're really doing a great job holding their own against this Carlisle team. And this Carlisle team is really underrated, believe it or not. They got a lot of talent across the board. They got a really experienced offensive line. And they're bringing pressure. They're bringing pressure at Sam Stoner. So they're going to have to get the ball out on these motions here.
Hey, real quick, man, just some live updates. It looks like Hershey 14, Dallastown 21, Red Lion at the half 21-20, Shippensburg and Spring Grove, the battle of the 2-0s, undefeated 7-7. And we're right here, man. It's great. Dude Jones, my man Todd Edwards, you guys are doing awesome. Sports Shooting Stars, we bring the game to you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I couldn't say it any better, Marcellus. I'll tell you guys
man.
will be back field level for the second half with more insight. We appreciate the insight and the stats that you bring to the broadcast booth.
I also want to tell the fans we're getting a different view that we're going to show after the game, the GoPro view and the sideline view as well. So, you know, the GoPro view is going to be super dope. Can't wait to show that off. And what do you guys think is going to be the key for, you know, York High to get back into the game and stop Carlisle on those big-time runs they got so far?
Well, York High is staying true to their game plan. You know they're going to come in here. They're going to bring 7 or 8 guys almost every play, and they've been doing that. They're never going to have any guy, you know, beyond 10 yards. You know, they're always going to stack the box. They want to come after you. They're going to make you throw the ball deep. That's what they want. And if Carlisle can connect on some of those big passes, that could be a huge indicator of what's going to happen in the fourth quarter here. But it's going to all come down to this these first 3 drives for York High and how much pressure can they get at Carlisle.
Oh, big time. And, man, you got to limit the mistakes, dude. You got to limit the mistakes. That's the big difference right now. York High could be winning this game. They actually have more offensive plays. Carlisle got some bigger plays here and there, but, man, limit the mistakes, and they can come home with a W.
Yeah, absolutely. Turnovers are very key. And just like Stoney said, you know, they're pretty much you know, stacking the box, but, you know, halftime is all about adjustments. You got to see what was working in the first half and come out with a different game plan somewhat in the second half. You got to adjust to the game and what's going on in real time. So it'll be real interesting to see how Coach Stoner makes some adjustments and maybe not stack the box too much and bring those 7, 8 guys and have somebody back in coverage just to kind of switch up a little bit, because the Rams, it seemed like they kind of figured it out against York High in the first half. But if you come out in the second half as a different team, there's going to be a different matchup. There's going to be some more things to look forward to.
Oh, for sure, man. And one of the good things of being on the sideline was actually talking to Coach Stoner's daughter, and she's at Millersville. She's an athlete. I think she's a swimmer right now, and she just gave so much props to her dad. Like, her dad is a winner, and you can see what he did to this York High program. He turned it around.
Absolutely.
And, man, you know, I can't wait. I'm getting down there right now. Second half, we're starting. Let's go.
Just to piggyback on that, I think Stoner came in. They were 1-8 the season before that and turned around, and they were 8-1.
Recovered by Luke
in less
Fisher.
than a year, so that's a great pickup. And like I said, great addition to have Russ Stoner as a coach for York High.
They will set up 1st and 10 at the
We want to thank the
34-yard line.
fans for tuning in back into the game.
Squeezed a lot of information in here in that
Absolutely.
short time frame, but Carlisle will get the ball to set things up here in the third
Our,
quarter.
our sideline reporters are statisticians, man. They know exactly what's going on down there, and they give it to us raw, just as we need it, as far as what they see and what's needed to come out with a victory.
Shanks with the ball. Quarterback keeper by Shank.
Shank on the keeper.
Out near the
And Louis Shank is doing a great job of being a game manager. He's pretty much not having no mistakes. He's just doing what he needs to keep his team in front. Not really doing anything super aggressive, but using his legs to create more space for himself and give his team better opportunities.
ball set up at the 41-yard line of Carlisle with just under 11 and a half minutes to go. First series here in the second half.
And York High snuffed that out really quick. Great tackle for number 62 for York High.
Carmelo McKenzie with the tackle.
A loss of 1 on the play, tackled by number 62.
Carmelo McKenzie listed at 6'2", 255, the outside linebacker. Did a great job of blowing that play up.
Bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Third and 4, what they call the money down. Third downs are the money down. So, you know, you want to make sure you get a stop on this 3rd down. And for the offense, they want to get a first down on the 3rd down. So this is a very important down here.
Big down here for Carlisle. We'll see what their offense can do.
York High needs a stop.
In motion, Easy Thomas.
There's a rollout, nothing there.
Under pressure, and had to get rid of the ball rather quickly. Intended for Kareem Lawson.
Next pass intended for number 8.
Brings up a 4th down due with 10:18 to go here in the third quarter.
Great pressure up front from, great pressure up front from Matthew Parker, number 90 for York High, the 6'2", 185 senior, plays defensive end. Did a great job of applying that pressure and giving York High an opportunity to get the ball back. And back as a punt returner is David Ward, number 1 for York High. Having a good sophomore season so far.
Oh,
2
yeah.
games, he has five touchdowns, I believe, in 2 games.
Just waiting to break one free.
Really
here.
coming on this year for York High Ball Club. And looks like that might be a false start against Carlisle.
Moving back 5 yards.
5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
$10:18 to go here in the third quarter.
Just got a quick update. Central 13, Hempfield 7 at halftime. And
Gets
that's
the
a
punt off
David gets the ball,
with
has
the
an
catch
opportunity.
and brought down rather quickly.
Ward on the return. Forward progress for Markham at the 36-yard line.
Leighton Schmidt
1st and 10
brings him
Bearcats.
down. Number 54 for Carlisle.
Big boy, number 54. Also the long snapper.
Now we'll see York High Bearcats offense here for the first time in the second half.
And York High's in a really good position right now. They have the ball and it's, did a great stop defensively. And it's their first possession of the second half. Expect to see a lot of Jaheim White. He had a great first half.
Yes, no
so
doubt.
far. So expect to see a lot more of Jaheim White. Lined up in the backfield, number 4. And there he is with the ball.
And a give to White, looking for running room out near the 40.
White on the carry.
Nice carry from Florida,
Look,
as a lot of his fans and friends know him as.
and you had a chance this week to talk to him. And,
I did.
Inch and Company going to be having an event with Jaheim White at some point, huh, Dale?
Yeah, well, they're having an event September 15th for Eli Brooks, a fundraiser at the Old Central High School. Starts at 6 o'clock. We encourage everyone to come check that out.
The give to White, looking for
There'll be
running
a lot
room.
of stars in the house. Like I said, it'll be guys like Eli Brooks, Jaheim White, a few more special guests that I can't let them know about right now, but
a little bit
definitely
of a
what you guys
teaser,
come
huh?
out.
And this will all take place not too far from here at the Old Central York High School next Thursday. A precursor of things as we'll travel to West York next Friday as they'll play host to York Suburban in a big Division II matchup.
And at the event, there's going to be a slam dunk competition. There's going to be a 3-point competition. The dunk tractor is going to be out there. That's going to be really fun. A lot of drills, silent auction, food, refreshments, the whole 9. And it
some
looks like
movement
Carlisle
there.
jumped. And that's a great hard count from Sam Stoner, number 11.
Looks like Quentin Barclay jumped on that play, number 85.
Offside against the Thundering Herd. That 5-yard penalty will be
And
called.
that will result in a first down with that penalty.
And York High is moving in the right direction so far in the second half. Got a first down already.
Yeah, with just under 9 minutes to go. And they give to White. Pass midfield.
And again, Jaheim makes
Nice
nothing,
swing pass.
makes something out of nothing. What do you
Yeah,
see
he-
there, Stoney?
Man, I love the effort of Luke August, man. Everywhere on the field, he's there. Like, he is following Jaheim White around. You know, he has the task of guarding the number 1 player, following him around, and he's doing a great job of it. I see him coming in from the other side making plays, and that's the kind of effort you need from your lead linebacker right there.
And just a reminder, fans that are watching, it's number 41 on the defensive side for Carlisle.
Second and 4.
And
Another
they give to
handoff.
White.
White carry.
Bring up a third down for York High.
Gain of 1. Tackled by number 41, Luke August. Third down.
See what this offense for York High has dialed up, guys.
And one thing me and Marcellus saw on the sideline is there's a lot of Division II coaches here tonight watching guys from both teams. So there's a lot of guys who are flying under the radar for both these teams that aren't heavily recruited at the Division I level. But some of these Division II schools, they could pick up the guys who, you know, are underrated, under the radar, and they go out, and a lot of them can transfer up. So, you know, we have a lot of guys in York County who end up playing really well at the Division II level, and that's the same thing. The Mid-Penn breeds athletes. So, you know, District 3 football is alive and well, believe it or not. And, you know, we have, you know, I believe one of the better districts in the state of Pennsylvania in terms of athleticism, you know, across the board.
Great insight, Tyler.
And as you said, just to piggyback off what you said, when you have a guy like Jaheim White, he's going to bring other scouts to come check him out, even though he's already committed to West Virginia, but they know this team is good, and they have players that can, you know, play high Division II. So shout out to all the Division II coaches that's watching both these ball clubs here tonight. 4th and 4. And that's a punt.
Punts it off, takes a bounce, and it'll be a touchback.
Stolen punt rolls into the end zone. The Thundering Herd will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
So far in the first possession between Carlisle and York High, they couldn't get much going.
No,
they both kicked it away on their first possession.
A little bit of a stalemate there by both teams offensively with 7:08 to go here in the third quarter. Your score, Carlisle 26, York High 20. Take the time to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Dean's Auto Plaza, Basil Insurance Company, Engine Company Sport and Real Estate, S3 Performance Training, Parma's Pizza of Dallastown, and York Area Flag Football League, all sponsors all season long for Sports Shooting Stars. We thank them for their support and encourage our viewers to support our sponsors. Back to action here.
And that's a tough run
By number
Morrell
6,
on the carry.
Jaquez Morrell for Carlisle.
Gain of 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
7-yard pickup for Morrell. Second down and 3. And another running play.
And that's enough for the first
Jaquez
down.
Morrell with the first down and more.
Gain of about 6 on the play.
A 6-yard pickup for Morrell.
Tackled by number 9, Quentin Price, and number 17, Precious DJ.
A new set of downs now due for Carlisle.
Quarterback keeper.
Shank with the keeper. Bring up a 2nd down and 8
On the keeper.
for Carlisle. Carlisle, you can sense, is really no hurry offensively right now, getting the plays off
Matthew Parker.
with a 6-point lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you purchase a 50/50 raffle ticket, get your ticket handy. I will announce the winning ticket number at the end of the third quarter, and you can report to the press box to claim your prize.
And another running play there by E.Z. Thomas.
Yeah, Todd, one adjustment we've seen York High bring this second half is they've been a lot bigger inside the trenches. They brought Jaquan Franklin out there, Big Frank, as they were calling him on the sideline. It seems like they have their own package for him, and they've been rotating their defensive linemen a lot more. You know, they're really adjusting to this Carlisle run, so they're forcing Carlisle to get to a point where they're going to have to air it out at some point and test their corners. And, You know, it's really hard when you're a receiver to release off this press. So we're going to see how much longer they keep this big man package in because they got 3 big boys up front.
No doubt, you can see that. Jaquan Franklin listed at 6'5", 300 pounds on that defensive line. Shank under pressure. He loses the pass rush up to 40, 45, out near midfield as he's pushed out of bounds. And picks up a first down for this Carlisle offense.
And what won't hit the stat sheet is number 4, Ezekiel Thomas. He did a great job of blocking and allowing his quarterback, Louis Shank, to get that first down.
A new set of downs for Carlisle with just under 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. A 6-point lead for Carlisle, 26-20.
Another update, Dover 21 over Northern 14.
Back to the running game for Carlisle.
And right now that running game has been very successful for Carlisle. Really wearing down that defense from York High.
Morrell with another carry. Senior running back for Carlisle.
Gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup.
Stop by number 2, Amani Bones. Second down.
Second down.
And so far in this third quarter, not a lot of penalties called. The quarter's going really fast. It's been a clean game so far in this third quarter. First half, a lot of penalties were called. Kind of slowed the game down a bit. But right now, both ball clubs are in flow.
In motion, Ezekiel Thomas.
And that's a
and
nice,
running
nice
play right up the
misdirection.
middle.
Nice misdirection play. Tackle by number 1.
Morrell with a big first down run.
Tackle by number 1, David Ward, the sophomore for Bearcats.
And another set of downs here for Carlisle.
And that was a great setup. I mean, you really faked out, you know, the players with a sequence of as far as fake handoff and a throw. Those type of plays are really tough to read for a defender. And just like that, Carlisle's already knocking on the door.
They are, and a time-consuming drive right now.
You see York High's got Jaheim in at outside linebacker, so they're going to bring extra speed on the outside here. They're going to try to get after him as they're going to go into motion again. Another misdirection is going to be taken up the middle this time in between the tackles.
Shank from the keeper. Pick up a 3.
A 3-yard pickup for Shank.
And you know, Todd, one thing York High stays true to is their press coverage. You know, offensive coordinators, it's a nightmare. It really is. And, you know, Carlisle's doing a great job finding ways to get around that. You know, they have a great staff as well. You know, they have a lot of underrated players that, you know, they're adjusting and they're getting better. And this is a program that is improving. You know, they're in one of the toughest conferences in the state.
And you think of Harrisburg out of the mid-pen, you think of Cumberland Valley, but Carlisle's in that mix, and they're proving themselves tonight.
I mean, this is a program that historically has put up points. And
Thomas with the carry, he may walk in down inside the 5-yard line.
He's going to be down at the 3 right there. And
Ezekiel Thomas, a senior running back.
And right now, all the momentum is on Carlisle's side. They're pushing the ball down the field with ease, and they really have York High back reeling as far as you know, playing defense. And they had the ball at the 4-yard line with a first down.
We're going to see if Carlisle's going to test them here on the outside. They have a couple one-on-one matchups they might like, especially out here on the corner here. Jaheim White's still in the game. They're going into motion again. They're actually going to run a sweep.
And right up the middle, that's a touchdown by Jaquez Morrell. And Tyler, just like that.
That's a 4-yard touchdown run.
See, that misdirection got York High again. You know, Carlisle keeps going back to this misdirection. And, you know, that's something when you have 5 down linemen there for York High, it's tough to adjust to misdirection. It really is. You know, you might be set up front in between the tackles, but Carlisle is just going to keep going back to that. And York High, they need to figure something out here. They need to send different blitz packages at Carlisle in the fourth quarter here.
Yeah, that misdirection is really giving York High fit so far. It had some big plays off the misdirection offense.
Mazias with the point after attempt.
Carlisle Thundering Herd 32 and the York High Bearcats 20.
And you still can't count York High out. They've been in this position before as far as being down by 2 scores going into the fourth quarter and battling back. So, you know, anything can happen. They still have another 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter and a minute and a half
28 here
in the third quarter. So
plenty of time here. We'll see what York High can bring to the table here. I'd like to take the time to thank our sponsors, Dean's Auto Plaza,
S3 Performance Training,
Basil Insurance Company,
YAFL, York Adult Flag Football League,
Parma's Pizza of Dallastown, S3 Performance Training, and last but not least, Inching Company Real Estate and Sports.
Also want to tell the fans to tune in September 15th for the Eli Brooks fundraiser event at the Old Central High School. It's going to be a lot of things going down over there. Free admission. Free admission. Come over, have a good time. And also going to have a little preview of the upcoming sports facility that's going to open up in York County. So,
well, you mentioned Eli will be there and Jaheim White will be in attendance as well.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so. I believe he will be in attendance. I know these student athletes have a rigorous, you know, football and student schedule. So, you know, hopefully they can get there. Another squib kick. Hit that outside. He got something.
That running.
If he hits that outside, he got something.
Out to midfield, 40, far sideline, and still on his feet outside. And a late hit.
And that's a late hit. And that's going to add it. That's going to tack on an extra 15 yards for York High.
J-Ron Hunt with a big run, dude.
J-Ron Hunt's been having a great game so far. And speedster, he's very quick. I wonder what he runs in a 40, because he gets out there, man. He's hard to catch up with.
We mentioned earlier, he'll be attending Jackson State.
Prime time seen something inside of him. Well, I don't know if he's a walk-on, but, you know, I'm pretty sure he's going to go after and try to, you know, make the football team.
It would appear to be a late hit. Late hit out of bounds, personal foul on Carlisle.
And that's a personal foul.
Yeah, it'll be a 15-yard penalty tacked on at the end of the run.
Exactly what York High needs. Didn't waste a lot of time off the clock and already pretty much in the red zone.
Yeah, well, ball set up at the 15-yard line of Carlisle.
If they can get a quick score here, that's in York High's in their favor.
Jaheim White back in the backfield with Sam Stoner, and they give to White right up the middle, looking for running room. Still on his feet.
Still going.
Dude.
Still pushing.
Inside that 10-yard line. What a carry for Jaheim White.
That's a lot of respect from the Carlisle defenders when they go against Jaheim White, because even when he falls on the ground, they help him up. They have a lot of respect for him. There's a lot of class going between both ball clubs tonight. Like to see that sportsmanship inside the game.
We're under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Your score, Carlisle 33, York High 20. But York High's threatening. And back to White, looking for running room. 10.
He's
5,
in.
In for the score. Touchdown,
Wow.
Jaheim White. And just like that.
And there's a late flag on the play.
We'll
Not
wait
sure
word.
if that's against York High or Carlisle. And that's Jaheim White's second score of the game.
Make it third, dude.
Third score of the
if
game.
If it stands here, yes. I mean, third touchdown run. It would be a 10-yard touchdown
He adds so much
run.
production to the team.
That's coming back. Marion Newsom with the penalty, a holding call.
Martin Newsom, number 12, the 6'5", 6'6".
6'6", 230.
Tight end. Big target out there.
Yes.
And that's 3 big plays for Jaheim White that's been called back so far in this game. I mean, that's taken almost 100 yards off the board for Jaheim White as far as all-purpose yardage.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to target Newsome on one of these plays because they've been playing him on the outside a little bit more as the game's gone on. And Jaheim White, he's going to get it up to him.
And, in and out of the hands of Amari and Newsome.
Right,
and that was there.
Stoney, you called that one on tee, man. That was a great call.
And just could not hold on to the ball.
That was a great play. Great call from Stoney.
That will bring up a third down.
And as we said before, Amari Newsome, number 12, 6'6", tight end. This is his first year playing organized football. He's going to get better each game. He's out to get some good reps. He's a big target, and he'll catch those plays.
A senior for York High.
We got Jaheim White lined up in the slot here, so they got their power scheme in. Stoner's going to roll out. He's going to target White. He's going to get...
Incomplete.
That's going to be incomplete.
And it will bring up a fourth down, dude.
And you hardly ever say the word incomplete and Jaheim's name in the same sentence. So, you don't say that too often. That pass right there was incomplete, but you don't say it too often with Jaheim White. More known to his fans as Florida.
And York High Bearcats offense will stay on the field here with 19 seconds to go. On fourth and be 5. Ball set up at the 12-yard line.
And as we said before, not having that third phase of the game without having a kicker and that special teams, you have to go for it almost every fourth when you're inside the red zone. Keep an eye on number 1, David Ward.
And just everyone's covering in the end zone.
He's open.
And he caught it.
He's
for a
open.
Touchdown.
Jaheim White for another touchdown.
Wow.
Man, Sam Stoner really split the scene with that one. Great pass from Sam Stoner to Jaheim White.
If he can't run it, he catches it, Strode.
That was so impressive there. Sam just bought time, and his O-line continued to buy him time. He never gave up on that play, and he found his man, Jaheim White. They probably sit there, and they draw that up on the board all the time. That's something that's just discipline right there. That's a connection that needs to be made after practice. They definitely stay after practice and work on that every single day. That's what's so impressive about Jaheim White. He's willing to put in the work to make plays like that, and that's what's going to make him so deadly at the next level.
Yeah, what looked to be like no one was open down there, dude. Somehow, some way, he needled that pass into Jaheim White in the end zone for a big touchdown reception, and that is now Jaheim's third touchdown tonight.
That's an interception.
Intercepted. But of course, it'll be
threw that ball in some
called
traffic
back, yes.
with that throw right there.
No good. Making the score, Carlisle.
That was an elite throw from Sam Stoner to get that ball to Jaheim White. With Sam Stoner being a left hand, he was running out of real estate going out the sideline. He had to throw it somewhere, and he knifed it right through the middle.
And what looked to be in a crowded end zone there, somehow, some way found Jaheim White for the score with 13 seconds to go. Your score, Carlisle 33, York High 26.
And as Stoney already said, there's a lot of trust between Sam Stoner and Jaheim White. When you need a play done, just throw the ball to Jaheim's way, and he can make something happen. Jaheim White can do it on both sides of the ball, defense or offense.
Yeah,
he has an interception tonight. I know a lot of people don't know
about a 50-yard touchdown or a 50-yard interception.
A lot of people know
to be a touch, but he was very disappointed near halftime, not being able to punch it in.
Known for being a football player, on the offensive end, but he does a lot on the defensive end as well.
And looking for running room there. Oh, and brought down.
And there's some big bodies being thrown around on that special teams.
Carson Schwartz with the return.
On the return, gets out to the 37-yard line. Tackled by number 14, Gabriel Rivera. First and 10, Thunder and Hurd.
8 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
I can't wait to show the fans after the game. We have our sideline reporters down there on the field, and they're catching a lot of footage of that touchdown. And Marcellus Godwell has a great point of view footage of that last touchdown.
Down there on the sideline, and we have Tyler Stroney in the booth with us high atop the press box here, adding his insight and his perspective.
This has turned out to be a great game between two good ball clubs, and it's out-of-conference matchup.
And back to that running game.
And that's the
number
second.
6, Jaquez Morrell, far side, down the sideline, and a first down and more.
Jaquez Morrell is having a game.
Yes.
He is having a game.
See, that's the power of the motion right there. You weaken the strong side. You know, you have like nobody on the weak side there, and when you motion someone out like that, it leaves the whole side exposed because York High is bringing pressure. So when you bring pressure, you can't afford to bump linebackers down. You have to follow. You have to shadow that man across, and that's what they're doing. And that's how they're getting York High on these long runs. They really have to find a way to just bump these linebackers over and not follow them across, not follow the motion man across the field.
$75. And the winning ticket number is 3971403.
Just got an update from Jay Mills, 714. Central York is up 13-7, start of the fourth quarter. Southwestern is up 24-7 over New Oxford. The battle of the unbeaten so far.
Set to start the fourth quarter here. Again, Carlisle 33, York High 26. Carlisle with York High possession here on their side of the field.
It's a pitch out. Nice jab step.
Hezekiah Thomas, far sideline, down near the 25-yard line.
That's a nice takedown from David Ward, number 1 for York High.
Gain of about 12 on the play.
A 12-yard pickup.
First down, Thundering Herd.
Carlisle threatening. And they give to the up man, number 6, Jaquez Morrell, looking for running room down near the 10, 5. It'll be a first down and goal.
And that was
Morrell.
another misdirection right there.
You're seeing a lot of that.
It's just so much misdirection, and York High has tried everything. They have 4 linemen with their hand in the dirt, instant engaging with this offensive line, and then they got 2 guys on the outside, and Carlisle keeps getting them on this misdirection. You know, and there's only so much box you can stack before, you know, Carlisle's just going to air it out. And look for a one-on-one matchup here on the outside if you're Carlisle, because you got York High sleeping on the run. So look for something on the outside here, Todd.
And a first down and goal here from the 4-yard line.
And you're going to see they're going to have a whole power package. And the quarterback's under center for the first time all night. You got 3 guys in the backfield, and they're going to push them.
They're just going to kind of push them forward there.
They're going to push them
near the goal line, and they're going to push them in for the score. Touchdown.
Wow, touchdown.
Carlisle.
Lewis Shank with a 4-yard touchdown.
And you know who was the lead blocker on that? Number 41.
Your guy, Luke August.
Luke August pushed him in there, the big man. He's been impressive all night. I mean, look, guys like that, you can't find them everywhere, you know.
And maybe a player that would be being looked
Player
at
of the
the
game.
Division II. I mean,
I think he's
you know,
eligible for
some
player of the
coaches.
game tonight if
And
they come out with the win, because he's been doing the underrated things. He's out there on special teams right now.
You see him there.
You don't
yep,
see a lot of
41.
guys who are willing to be disciplined like that, and he's been on every special team for this unit too. That's the impressive part. He wants to be out there. He's engaging. He's giving the effort, and the extra point's going to go through. And we got a 2-possession game here, but you know, York High, they can score, and they can score quickly.
We've seen it. Yeah,
you know,
right now, Carlisle 40, York High 26, 11-12 to go here in the fourth quarter.
You know, we might see some creative stuff here on special teams if you're York High. We've seen them move Jaheim around right before the kickoff has started, so we'll see if they move some people around again and try to get a big return out of this and put their best players in the best position to get the ball, because Carlisle's been kicking it to that left side all night because they know that ball security has been a problem. So we're going to see if York High is going to move it around and try to make something out of this here, because you never know what Russ Stoner has in his bag of tricks.
Longtime coach here in the area. Jaheim White back to receive the kick. They've been trying to keep the ball away from him on kickoffs.
Yeah, and
we'll see if they continue.
it's been working all night, believe it or not.
another squib kick.
We're going to see
kick
an
to the
onside
up
kick,
man.
believe it or not.
Looking for running room. That was Jasir Vega, who's played basketball here for York High.
He's pretty good.
Yes, and now trying his hand at football.
So we're going to see what Stoner comes out with. Obviously, you're going to have to, run no huddle at this point. You're going to have to put a lot of faith in Sam Stoner and Jaheim White. That's your bread and butter. If you want to come back and you got to score quickly here. So you got to get creative. Coach Stoner's a guy, he has a deep playbook. He really does. He has a lot of formations. He's going to keep his best players out there. So we're going to see what happens here on this drive, Todd.
You feel, Tyler, there's a sense of urgency here for York High to get it done. They're 0-2, down right now. And they give to David Wild the catch, and he's off and running 50, 45, 40. And brought down near the 35-yard line.
See, a lot of coaches who are in panic mode, they would air it out deep and risk the interception. Coach Stoner is still getting into his best athletes. That's a well set up screen there. He had a great blocker on the outside, and his schemes, they're really good. Believe it or not, he's one of the better coaches scheme-wise in the area. And, I don't believe if they drop this game that they're still out of contention. They're going to have to put in a lot of work. A lot of work will need to be done, and you'll have to have a lot of honest conversations with your players. But you can still be a contender. Last year, Wilson started the season 2-3, and they still made it to the district championship game. So if you stick to what you got, you can still make it. And this Carlisle team, they're better than what they used to be.
Yes.
Cumberland Valley, Harrisburg, they need to circle this game on their calendar. This is a game that teams like that, they used to discard these games. These games matter now with Carlisle. Carlisle is a contender too. Carlisle and Cumberland Valley are back as programs, and that's a testament to both their coaching staffs.
Back-to-back receptions by number 1, David Ward for York High. Brings up a 2nd down and 8, ball on the 34-yard line of Carlisle.
This is going to be David Ware on the outside. He's going cut back in.
3 plays there consecutively for David Ward.
Yeah, Ward's really stepped up on this drive, Todd.
Yeah,
he's been their go-to man. Last week, he had an unbelievable game, too. He was nominated for one of the Players of the Week across the state. So this guy is going to be a threat for years to come.
Yeah,
and, Coach Stoner, he always finds a way to find athletes to replace his,
well, seniors this year will be, Sam Stoner and, of course, Jaheim White heading to West Virginia next year.
So he's going to find a way to develop new talent, and they're going to be good. And now they're trying. Carlisle just jumped off sides here.
Some movement there.
Encroachment against the Thundering Herd, 5-yard penalty will result in a first down.
Leighton Schmick with the penalty. Movement, number 54.
And I've noticed York High's been spreading their offense out. They're a lot more spread out. Earlier in the game, they were in bunch formations. They were tighter. Now they're spreading out. They're trying to find different ways to get open downfield. And here's right here.
And right there, touchdown, David Ward. 22-yard touchdown reception.
What a play there by David Ward. He found the open seam. He went off route a little bit, but that was still a great play. Great find by Sam Stoner right there.
No doubt about it. And Ward with the score.
And it's a one-possession game here.
It is. And, York High looks like they'll go for the 2-point conversion. 8:58 to go. Right now, Carlisle 40. York High 32. And, of course, the 2-point pending here.
What's going to be interesting is, are they going to run it or pass it here? Because now your receivers are cooking. They're going to air it out, and they're going to go to Jaheim White.
And he caught it rather easily.
2-point conversion try is good.
See, that's the example right there. I said, don't panic. Get the ball to your best athletes, and that's what you're doing. And this offensive line is still holding their own up front. And this is a younger offensive line for York High. Think about it. You lose your leader, Joden Nelson.
Who's at Towson
and
now.
When you think about it, Joden Nelson gave you an ability to get off the ball quickly. Now you have a more power scheme. And that's what they've done. They have a power scheme, and they're going to keep going at you. And they're going to stay true to who they are. And that's what makes York High so good. That's what Russ Stoner has brought to this program. This was a program that needed a mentality like that, and this guy knows what he's doing, believe it or not.
And right now, a 6-point lead for Carlisle. But as you mentioned, Tyler, a 1-point score here. I mean, really, it's a one.
Yeah, one play. So Carlisle's got to come out, and they got to be really disciplined right here. This is an interesting scheme. They're expecting an onside or a squib kick from York High. Let's see if York High is going to give it to them.
And it is. That's a live ball.
It is
Strode,
York
and
High's
it looks like it was
ball.
recovered by York High. Wow, and just like that, an onside kick recovered.
Hey, Todd, and also want to tell the fans, Jaheim White is only 23 yards away from breaking the record, and Sam only needs 145 yards to break the all-passing record. There's going to be some records broken tonight.
Shout out to Maurice Parker with that pickup right there. You know, coming off on special teams, you know, getting your chance. We haven't seen much of him tonight, but that's a big play right there. And the crowds in this game,
yes,
the sidelines in this game. Carlisle, their momentum, it just got shattered.
Yes, and clearly on York High side. Now you can hear the crowd. It's deafening here.
Oh,
at
yeah,
Smalls
they're
Athletic
here.
Field.
They're excited. And they're behind the Bearcats 100%. There's a ball. Quentin Price.
Quentin Price with the reception.
He's still on his
looking
feet.
for running room.
Right now, it's very key for York High to control the ball. No turnovers. Just control the game. They can really work the clock and keep getting first downs and run this clock out. York High has been in this situation for the last 2 games, Todd. This is the 3rd straight game where the fourth quarter, it's coming down to the fourth quarter.
Well, we're here with just over 8.5 minutes to go. Momentum clearly on the side of York High, just down by 6.
Want to tell the fans again, Jaheim White is only 23 yards away from breaking the all-time leading rusher for
There's
York
White
High.
with a carry.
And that
30,
might be it.
25, 20.
That's
he can get
right.
it near sideline. Steps out of bounds out around the 10-yard line.
Wow.
It's pushed out of bounds at about the 16-yard line.
This game is a shootout.
Jaheim White with a big run there, Strode. I mean, what do you think of that? You can see a timeout now by Carlisle.
Yeah, and York High has all the momentum. You know, this has been a complete turnaround in the fourth quarter. We have not seen this version of York High all night, and now they're staying true to their game plan. This is the game plan they walked in here with. They didn't change anything about it at halftime. They said, you know what, we're down 2 possessions, but we're going to stay true to who we are, and we're going to grind it out. And you're in a high-scoring game with a good team like Carlisle right now. You have an ability to walk this home, and you have all the momentum on your side. So if Russ Stoner keeps the ball in the hands of his best athletes, they will continue to build upon this, and this could save their season, realistically, Todd. I mean, like I said, you would have to put in a lot of work, but a game like this would shoot you up the power rankings. It really would.
Yeah, right now, York High coming into this game 0-2, but with a win tonight, it would make them 1-2 and get them right back into the hunt.
And as we said before, York High has been in this position a few times so far in this game. I mean, this year.
The
Johnny
give.
White with the ball.
White looking for running room
Hard
and a stiff
stiff
arm
arm.
and just
Oh,
held
that's
that
a hard
turn.
hit.
Boy,
Wow.
you heard that the whole way atop here, the press
Man.
box. 3 defenders from Carlisle.
That was a
all over
sandwich
Jaheim.
hit there. Wow. Man, this crowd has really been fired
you
up so
can hear
far.
it, yeah,
You can
it's
hear
very
them.
up.
They just kind
I
of
mean,
came to
it's-
life out of nowhere.
You see Jaheim White lined up far near side as a wide receiver, along with David Ward. Stoner moving to his left, looking
Deep
towards
ball.
the end zone. Oh, and overthrew his intended receiver, David Ward.
And again, Sam Stoner shows he has an accuracy and he has a big arm. He can get the ball where it's needed. But right there was just a little bit too much on that ball.
7:25 to go, brings up a 3rd down, and looks like a 3rd down and 13, do. Ball set up at the 20-yard line. Clearly 4-down territory here, dude, for York High.
Yeah, once York High gets inside that 30-yard line, they're pretty much in 4-down territory without having a kicker anyway. So they're definitely going to go for it and be aggressive. 3rd and 13, ball on the 20-yard line.
Stoner back.
Another
looking
big
to the
time
end
play.
zone. There's Jaheim White in the end zone.
He's going
One-on-one
for it.
coverage. It looks like he
Man.
brought it in. Big time
Wow.
touchdown reception by Jaheim White.
On his head. Malstein.
A 20-yard touchdown reception
Malstein.
to Jaheim White, and he's really putting this team on his back here, dude.
5 touchdowns, Todd.
Incredible.
5
And
touchdowns.
a 2-point conversion and an interception. I mean, if York High were to hold on, you have to think he's player of the game material, no doubt about it.
Oh,
With
absolutely.
this effort,
Absolutely.
individual performance.
And the crowd is hyped up. The score is tied
We're
40-40.
tied up, dude.
And York High needs to convert this 2-point conversion. As we said again, they don't have a kicker.
Yeah,
Which, quick pass.
in and out of the hands of his intended Quentin Price.
Quentin Price is limping after that play there. He's
Conversion try
Jogging
no
off.
good, making the score the Carlisle Thunder and Herd
And
40,
what a game.
and the York High Bearcats 40.
no, don't worry about it.
Big effort by Jaheim White tonight. As we
And
mentioned,
Todd.
4 touchdowns, 1 interception, a 2-point conversion. Is there anything else Jaheim White can do, Tyler?
He's just unbelievable. But I will say, Sam Stoner was patient on that, waiting for Jaheim White's route to develop. He was going to look to hit him earlier, but he didn't. He waited, and he put the ball in the hands of his guy. That is
Playmaker.
patient right there. Like, that is an example of, like, just work. That's just work. You can't, like, that's not by luck. That's 2 guys who stay after practice and work on that every single day.
And another squib kick there.
Another squib kick, giving
Kickoff is
Carlisle
recovered by
good
number
field position at the
85,
40-yard line.
Quentin Barclay. 1st and 10,
Quentin
Thunder
Barclay
and
with the recovery. Yeah, decent field position to start things off here for Carlisle. Tied up 40-4, 80 points between the 2 teams.
This is crazy.
Just
This is crazy.
incredible points scored here. And we still have 7:18 to go here in the 4th quarter. Shank back in shotgun formation. The pitch out.
Pitch out.
To number 8, Kareem Lawson, looking for running room far side of the field, inside Bearcat territory.
Lawson on the carry.
And the running game for Carlisle has really carried them throughout this game. They have a great 1-2 punch in the backfield there, and they're really relying on their 2 running backs to pretty much seal the deal against York High.
As they say, more of a ground and pound style offense for the Thundering Herd.
Right now, that York High defense has to step up, make a turnover, and get a stop. 1st and 10 with the ball on the 48-yard line with about 6 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. There's another misdirection.
And a misdirection.
That's been
Plenty
working
of running
all
room.
day
40,
for
30,
for Carlisle.
25, 20, 15, 10, 5 and out of bounds.
And that's coming back. I think that's a push in the back, a clip call.
Jaquez Morrell with a big run, but there is a flag on that play. We're
Those
awaiting word.
misdirection plays have really caused a lot of havoc for York High. They can't keep up with it. Great job from Louis Shank as far as, creating that play and making it be what it is. Sounds like the Carlisle Rams are clapping over
Yeah,
there, so
it
I
may
think that's
be.
against York High.
We're awaiting word.
Sideline interference against the Bearcats.
Sideline interference against the Bearcats.
Sideline interference. You don't hear that.
No,
Don't
we
see that
do
too
not
often.
hear-
And that puts the ball at the 2-yard line.
Wow, this sets up Carlisle.
First and goal.
Excellent field position here. First and goal. Ball set up just inside the 2-yard line of York High.
Louis Shankin.
Shank, he's
Shotgun.
going to keep it. And
He's
down
just-
near the goal line. And in for the score.
They called him in, but didn't look like he was in from this angle. And that's a touchdown.
His second
Touchdown
touchdown run
Carlisle.
of this game.
2-yard run by number 10,
Louis Shank.
Louis Shank.
And just like that, dude, back and forth here. And wow, up to 46 now for Carlisle to York's 40.
It's a lot of points being put up
Yeah.
here tonight at Smalls Field. And York
Kick is
High
up.
still, the kick is good, but York
Yeah, the
High is
kick-
still in a good position because we know without a doubt that York High is not going to kick the ball once they score. They're going to go for that 2-point conversion, which can be a big win for York High if they can convert that 2-point conversion.
6:26 to go. Your score, Carlisle 47, York High 40. Want to
Todd,
remind
who's impressed you this game? Who's impressed you the most this game?
Well, I'll tell you what, this offense of Carlisle, ground and pound style offense, I mean, misdirection runs, as you've pointed out, as we've pointed out all game, has really kind of had York High on its heels defensively. I mean, for York High, clearly, Jaheim White.
Yeah, shout out to the Carlisle offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
He's done a great job all night just coming up with different schemes and different shifts and different misdirections to really get after this defense, you know.
Yeah, and their running game between Kareem Lawson, Jaquez Morrell, and Ezekiel Thomas have really been effective and have thrown off the defense here for York High. And 47 points.
This is definitely one of the better games we have been a part of. This has been exciting.
Oh,
my!
kick to the up man there.
He's going to be taken down at midfield, and York High is going to have great field position
Great
coming
field
out.
position.
Returned by number 15, George Banks.
George Banks with the return.
Carlisle 49.
I mean, I guess when you have 3 deadly returners back there, it's best to just kick it, you know, to a lineman and see what happens, you know.
Well, I think George Banks is the backup quarterback
Oh, really?
for York High. Saw him out pregame warming up with Sam Stoner.
This is going to be
And
interesting.
excellent field position for York High inside Carlisle territory here at the 49-yard line, 6:22 to go.
Watch Sam Stoner to possibly chuck it down here.
And not much going there for Quentin Price.
Number 9. Quentin Price. Also 3 on the play. He's tackled by number 33, Dorian Stroud. Second down.
Yeah, nice play coming up there by Dorian Stroud, you know, really sniffing out that play early, getting in the backfield. You know, screens are hard to recognize. You know, a lot of offensive coordinators have implemented screens into their offense just because it's hard for linebackers to pick up on, you know. Sam's going to roll out here. He's going to get
And
it
they
to his
give
man.
to David Ward. Nice
Ward-
catch inside the 40-yard line.
Number 1, David
He's going to pick up
Ford.
a first down with that one, Dew. Dew's gone. I don't know where Dew went,
Here
Todd.
is, yeah, you're here, Tyler.
It's you and me now.
Yes, we're sideline reporter Marcellus Gottwalt down there getting some great sideline vantage points with video work. A new set of downs for York High. Now the ball on the 37-yard line. Clock continues to tick, under 5.5 minutes to go. The give to White, looking for running room.
That was still a nice play by Jaheim White. He picked up some yards right there. Great job by those Carlisle linebackers staying disciplined. Great job by the D-line right there, just eating up the space right there, giving their linebackers a chance to make that play.
A 2-yard pickup. And a quarterback keeper, Sam Stoner, inside the 30, near side, went out of bounds.
Stoner on the keeper.
That was a great run by Sam Stoner. Did you see him shed the tackle right there?
Yes, he
shed
did.
it. You
Kind
don't
of
see
faked some people out, too. I think a lot of the defenders thought the ball was going to number 4, Jaheim White, and
Gain of 7.
That's
7-yard pickup there by Sam Stoner.
That's one thing we do see out of York County quarterbacks. If you want to succeed as a York County quarterback, you got to be mobile. You know, you don't see a lot of true pocket passers come out of York. You see a lot of dual threats. You see a lot of scramblers. And, you know, we see a lot of successful quarterbacks translate to the college level from York County, you know.
And Sam Stoner getting some D1 looks. Some movement there. Looks like number 72.
And I believe
Thomas Nelson.
that is Carlisle's 4th false start of the night.
5-yard penalty.
That's
approach.
First down.
It will give York High a new set of downs with that penalty.
And that's
Pivotal
big.
penalty there.
Yeah, that's big right there, Todd. That opens up the playbook for Stoner as well. Now he can go anywhere with it. You know, the playbook was closing down on that drive, and now he has a fresh set of downs. He can go anywhere with it. You're going to see him line up. We have a motion right here. He's going to hand it off.
Wild
Ward
with the carry down inside the 20-yard line. David Ward.
Complete to Ward.
And great job by the O-line sticking out those blocks right there, you know, really pushing those defensive ends out of the way to get Ward the position there.
The clock continues to tick with just over 4 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. A 7-point lead for Carlisle, 47-40. Just under 4 minutes to go. Stoner looking to pass to Jaheim White. Trying to break free, but is unable to. Bring up a 3rd down. Again, your score, Carlisle 47, York High 40.
Tell the fans about 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Our secondary camera just went down. But we're going to keep you guys updated on the score. The score is 47, Carlisle. York High 40. 3rd and 2 with 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the 4th quarter.
Clearly 4-down territory for York High. And a flag thrown. We'll see what the penalty here. False start on York High. We'll move them back 5 yards.
Remain 3rd down and 9.
Sam rolling to his left.
Using his legs to get out the pocket. Is anything open?
Down
Let's
towards
throw it
the
out
end
to Jaheim
zone.
again.
No,
It's
that's
in.
Ward with the touchdown reception.
David Ward.
A 16-yard touchdown reception.
The super sophomore, David Ward. Man, that was a toe touch.
No doubt about
That was a toe touch.
23-yard touchdown pass from number 11, Sam Stoner.
Amazing play from Sam Stoner, using his legs to extend the pocket and get that play off.
Yeah, David Ward,
Great
2
job.
touchdown receptions. And just like that, catch your breath here. Carlisle 47, York High 46. Now the 2-point conversion pending here. How big is this play, do?
Wow. And again, man, I hate to keep going back to it, but the fact that they don't kick extra points, it's always crucial. But here's your opportunity to win the game.
Yes.
You know? York High has a lot of guys, a lot of speedsters. Put the ball in Jaheim's hands, no matter what. Put it in his hands. And I think that's a great timeout from Coach Stoner to kind of think about what play works best. You only need about 3 yards to get in there, so you want to have the right play for this particular call. This could be
timeout Bearcats.
This could be, you know, pretty much the call of the game, you know, depending on how it goes.
Upon how this play unfolds, but down by 1, of course, a 2-point conversion would put them up by 1, and boy, a lot of points scored here, dude. It's been a fun broadcast here, and I want to remind the fans, this will be the first of 3 games that we'll be broadcasting here from York High and Smalls Athletic Field.
Yeah. And right now, it's for all the marbles. I feel like this is really going to be what it's all about. I mean, it's almost 100 points scored in this game.
Yeah, what a matchup.
It's been action back and forth. York High never gives up. I love to see it.
I tell you, we've
Coach Stoner called a timeout to figure out what's going to work, what's the best play. But you know what you got to do. You got to give the ball to Jaheim. You got to. A lot of credit to Sam Stoner as well, extending the plays and really running out the pocket and making things happen. He's playing an awesome game tonight.
Waiting for the play to develop, and he has done a great job of that. Some movement there. Again, number 54.
And that's going to get York High 1 yard closer to the end zone.
Half the distance to the goal, which will move York High ever so closer.
I know a lot of York High fans are at the edge of their seat right now.
What a nail biter. How about it?
This is a nail biter.
2:33 to go.
This is it.
Empty backfield set, Stoner.
Give it to Jaheim.
And they give to Jaheim White, looking for running room. And looks like he may fall short, waiting word.
And it looks
they
like
stuffed him.
It looks like he extended the ball out there, but it looks like that might be a stop.
And the Carlisle Thundering Herd fan base very happy with defensive play there.
But the game is not over.
No, plenty
it's not
of time.
over. 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go.
I want to remind the fans, both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. 2:33 to go. Carlisle up by 1, 47-46. Don't go anywhere, sports fans. We've certainly had some entertaining games this season. Last week at Central in the Cumberland Valley game. And of course, next week, I want to remind the fans, next Friday we'll travel to West York as they play host to York Suburban in a Division II matchup. All the action begins at 6:45 with kickoff slated for 7 p.m. next Friday. Sports Shooting Stars, we bring the game to you.
And we had some footage, some sideline footage of that run from Jaheim White. He may have been in. We're gonna go ahead and post that and see what happens.
Nice kick. It may be a touchback.
Let the fans choose if Jaheim White got in that end zone or not. But right now, it's all about Carlisle. They had the ball at the 20 with 2 minutes and 27 seconds to go. And York High has to get some stops. They had to get some stops.
York High Bearcat fan, a 3 and out would be nice right now for the Bearcat defense. So their offense can get back onto the field. But this Carlisle offense comes in here, I would say, pretty underrated, but they've been pretty impressive here tonight with their ground and pound style offense, their running game. And I would suspect, they'll be back to more of that on this drive.
Your guy needs a quick stop, maybe even a turnover. If they get a quick stop, I will call a timeout. Do that misdirection again, and York High stuffs it at the line.
Yeah, a good defensive effort there by York High. And
timeout. Bearcat.
And a flag, it looks like, was thrown here on Coach Russ Stoner on the sidelines.
Dead ball penalty on the play.
Wonder what that flag was about, Todd.
I'm not sure. It looks like Coach Stoner had a few words there. The side judge.
And it's a crucial part of the game right now. Don't want to get into it too much with the referees. I understand Coach Stoner is fired up. And, it may have been a missed call in that last play where, we believe that Jaheim White did get into the touchdown. I think he extended far enough to get that, the touchdown, which was, I'm sorry, the two-point conversion.
Two-point conversion, and it looks like that would be a... A person, we can hardly make it out here. Unsportsmanlike penalty against the Bearcats. It will be a 15-yard penalty. A timeout called by York High.
Because after that penalty, I believe the clock continues to run, correct?
No, they called a timeout, dude.
Well, I'm saying before the timeout,
after
the penalty, the clock would have continued to run.
Correct.
So that's a good timeout from Coach Stoner to stop that clock.
2:22 to go. Carlisle now with a new set of downs. Ball on the 34-yard line now. Better field position.
It's a pitch
out. Looking for running room.
Finds a little
Near
bit.
Side.
Gets him out of bounds. That's what York High wants to stop the clock.
Morrell with the carry for Carlisle. Looks like a holding penalty called against Carlisle. That'll move them back 5 yards.
We'll tell the fans with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the game. 1st and 15. Carlisle's up 47-46. Our secondary camera went down. We will keep you updated on the score and also the time remaining. 2:16 left in the game. Look, there's that misdirection again.
And right back to it. Nice run by Carlisle. Morrell with the carry. A 7-yard pickup. Bring up a 2nd down and 8. The clock continues to tick with under 2 minutes to go. A 1-point lead for Carlisle, 47-46 over York High.
Now only 1 minute and 35 seconds to go in this game. And Carlisle's in no rush. York High down by 1 point, 47-46. 2nd and 8.
And right back
That's
to
a good hit.
Yes.
Strong tackle.
Morrell carries. Tackled by number 2, Amani Bones.
Amani Bones with a strong tackle. The freshman, Amani Bones, starting on defense.
.121 to go. Again, your score, Carlisle 47, York High 46.
Timeout, Carlisle.
Timeout, Carlisle. Interesting call here. Each team now have 1 timeout remaining.
hear the York High faithful here yelling defense. They need to stop here. Looks like a 3rd down
It's
and
a
5.
3rd and 5. This that money
Big.
down.
Yeah,
This is what the defense live for, and this is what the offense has to show up. Right here, it could be the ball game, Todd. 3rd and 5. And there's a misdirection again. York High stuffs it. And York High will get the ball back, Todd, if they kick it away.
Yes, it looks like it'll bring up a 4th down. The clock continues to tick with over a minute to go.
There's only one timeout left.
Each team now has one timeout remaining.
1 yard gain.
And as you can see, Carlisle
4th
right
down
now,
and 3.
4th down and 3.
And Carlisle is going to milk that clock as much as they can. Only 53 seconds left to go in this game. And now you can see the York High Bearcats are signaling to the crowd to get loud, get hype. They're still in this. They're going to get the ball back. Well, they may even get a delay of game, not 100% sure.
Or they may just call a timeout here.
York High will get the ball back with around about 28 seconds.
And they do just that, Carlisle. With 30 seconds on the clock, a timeout called.
"34 seconds to go in the game. York High will get the ball back.
Timeout, Carlisle.
Carlisle's will use their final timeout to here with 34 seconds to go.
And that questionable call with Jaheim White for the 2-point conversion, we did get a look at that a couple of times, and he did not get in for that 2-point conversion. So that was a good call by the referees. Don't want to discredit the referees on that good call. It was very tough to make that call, especially at home, but he did not get in.
And just really look from our vantage point, looked like he ran out of real estate out there to get the ball in. It looks as if they're going for it here. Carlisle.
4th and 3, and this is a gutsy call. They didn't get it.
And they didn't get it, and
that's a
they
stop.
stopped them.
31 seconds remaining in the game. York High is going to get the ball back around the 42-yard line.
Position, yes. I mean,
Shank on the keeper. Stop
interesting
for no
play
gain.
call there, dude, by Carlisle.
Down.
You would think you play the game of field position, bring your punter out, and kind of flip the field there. But
Absolutely. I was very,
we oftentimes talk about special teams, and
there's a lot of options that can happen. As one of our guys said that, the kicker could have muffed the snap or something like that, so they want to be aggressive.
Yeah,
right now, York High has the ball back.
And
David Ward,
now,
number 1, is having a great second half. Jaheim White is located out there as a wide receiver. They're playing off of him big time. You just want to get out of bounds. You want to get a good play, get out of bounds. There it is. He's open. And Sam Stoner has to get the ball out faster. Jaheim White made a break on the ball. He was open earlier. He has to get the ball out a lot quicker. But that's okay. I like the play calling. I like the aggressiveness. Jaheim White was open. Sam Stoner needs to get the ball a little bit quicker, but that's a great play call from the Bearcats.
Yeah, it brings up a 2nd down. Clearly 4-down territory here for York High with 26 seconds to go. Carlisle 47, York High 46.
Not a lot of guys can keep Jaheim White, and they're playing off of him by like 10 to 12 yards. So that'd be a quick out play for Jaheim White to get the ball and just run out of bounds. He's looking
Stoner
deep.
looking deep.
He's looking deep.
For the end zone.
That's a
And
catch.
caught by David Ward. Now there is a flag thrown on that play, dude.
There's a flag on the play, but what York High needs to do is get back on the line. Be ready, because the ball's still in play. Hopefully that's not against York High. Sam Stoner is airing the ball out tonight, putting on a nice display of his air assault as far as how he can throw the ball and be accurate.
Looks like it may be a face mask call against Carlisle here.
And that's going to give York High 15 extra yards tacked on. Put him in great position.
20 seconds to go.
You want to tell the fans, 20 seconds ago, York High has one timeout, and they had the ball at the 15-yard line. There it is.
Face mask against the Thundering Herd. That'll be half the distance from the end of the run, and it will be a first down for the Bearcats.
A first down, an excellent field position now for York High.
York High still needs to have those great play calling. You want those big plays. You don't want to take the ball down to the last second. You want to try to get in on this first play here from first down.
Ball set up at the 8-yard line. First and goal.
Here it is.
Sam rolling to his right.
He's open. That's a
and
catch.
He catches it.
That's a catch.
Touchdown.
That's a catch.
Touchdown.
That's a catch.
To Jaheim White.
They're going crazy tonight. Jaheim White, Sam Stoner, man.
What.
And not kicking the ball away has really come back to hurt Carlisle. They should have kicked it away.
Yeah, wow. What a game, dude.
What a game. Thanks for all the fans tuning in tonight, but it's all about York High and Carlisle, man. They're putting on a show at Smallsfield here tonight.
Incredible.
And
5 touchdowns for Jaheim White.
And York High put themselves in this position a little bit by not hitting those extra points, but hey, they're winning right now. And it's been great to see.
For another 2-point conversion.
Woo!
Making the score of the York High Bearcats.
2 2-point conversions for
And if I'm not mistaken,
Jaheim
we have to do a double check, but I believe that Sam Stoner may have broke his record, and I know Jaheim has broke the all-time record. I'm pretty sure of this.
5 touchdowns for Florida. 2 2-point conversions. Let's not forget the interception.
54 to 47 with 16 seconds to go in the game. As we said, our secondary shot clock, our secondary camera clock went down, but we're going to give you the update. 16 seconds to go, 54-47. That gives Jaheim White 5 touchdowns in tonight's game. Wow.
Incredible. Hey, it's amazing, dude.
This has to probably be one of the best football games I think we've filmed.
Back and forth. It's
in many years.
We're glad to be part of it in our 6th season here at Sports Shooting Stars.
Sam Stoner, David Ward, and of course Florida has really put their team in the back in the second half. You know, gotta give a lot of credit to these guys, man. Emotional game, big time game. And that's a boot.
Maybe an offsides call here, yes, and it looks like it will be on the kicking team. York High's going to try to kick it off, or redo here by Eder Rivero, the kicker.
Now, barring a big-time return, York High can walk away with a big-time victory, and this crowd is going to go nuts, Todd. They're just going to go.
We got to storm the field.
They're going to be excited.
College.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Short kick. Caught on the bounce.
Looking for running room far side. That was Kareem Lawson with a return with 7.5 seconds to go. No timeouts for Carlisle. But decent field position for the Thundering Herd.
Kickoff is returned to the 49-yard line.
Shout out to the crowd for staying here, staying in it, not leaving their Bearcats. And the Bearcats only 7 seconds away from their first win of this 2022-23 season.
On the 49-yard line of Carlisle.
Expect some deep plays here.
Yeah, they may have time, at least for 1, maybe 2 plays here, Shank back, looking to
going
throw
deep.
the ball deep.
Super deep. That's Jaheim with another interception.
With another interception. And what a way to end it, Jaheim.
Wow. Jaheim White.
Gonna fall down, and what a way.
Wow. That's what it's all about. 2 interceptions tonight.
With the final score, the York High Bearcats 54 and the Carlisle Thundering
Incredible, dude.
The ball hasn't bounced their way so far this year, but tonight it did. And it's a well-earned victory. Like I said, it took everything that the Bearcats had to come out with this victory. Had a couple mistakes, and they still battled back. Big shout out to them, man. And now they have to be, be sportsmen, shake hands, and then celebrate with your team.
A well-earned victory for York High as both teams meet at midfield.
Wow. Over 100 points scored in this game, Todd.
Incredible.
And we want the fans to stick around for the player of the game. Could you guess who that may be?
No doubt. No doubt, dude. An impressive performance by York High. They did it tonight, their first win. And they will move to 1-2.
Tough, gritty win.
Your final score here again from Smalls Athletic Field. York High 54, Carlisle 47. And as you mentioned moments ago, this may have been one of the best games we've broadcasted in terms of back and forth matchup and sheer excitement. It was all on display here tonight at Smalls Athletic Field.
Watch York High, they celebrate, they get with their band, they get with their fans.
And rightly so.
Man, that was a thriller, Todd. That was a thriller for sure.
Yes, it was. And a big win for York High. Again, as they'll move to 1-2. And I don't think there's any doubt, our player of the game, Jaheim White. A big effort tonight, 2 interceptions, 2 two-point conversions, and 5 touchdowns.
Oh, it's amazing.
Incredible.
It's amazing.
Incredible
And he had to break that
performance.
record. Like I said, for the fans that didn't see in the first quarter, he had about 60, 65 yards in the first quarter that were called back because of penalties. So he could have easily had around 260 yards this game.
Oh, easily.
I think he only needed 109 to break the all-time record, and I believe he broke it here tonight. And we'll be down on the field before you know it to interview some of the guys.
We're going to make our way down there. I'll tell you what a game again, Jones, from Smalls Athletic Field. I want to remind the fans we're going to make our way down from the broadcast booth down to the field to talk to our player of the game as we gather our stuff up from the broadcast booth down to the playing field. And again, what a game tonight. York High with a big win, 54-47 over Carlisle. your host, Todd Edwards, making his way down here to the field. About midfield, we're going to have our player of the game. We are glad you could stay tuned with us tonight. We're going to join Jaheim. I tell you, congratulations, my man. I mean, I talked to this guy pregame. As you can see, he's pretty buff. And I tell you, a big game tonight, Jaheim. Tell the audience a little bit about what went into tonight's game. A big performance from you.
Yeah, we all came out. We all came and executed as a team. Everybody did their job, and we came out with the victory.
Big victory. I mean, 2 2-point conversions, 5 touchdowns, and let's not forget 2 interceptions as well tonight. I mean, you put it all on the line tonight.
I had to put on for the team, home, everybody, man. I just came out and did what I had to do, especially for the team.
No doubt about it. Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans that are watching, or maybe friends and family that are watching here, Sports Shooting Stars? Again, Jaheim White, York High Bearcat, will be going to West Virginia University, but he's got some unfinished business here with York High.
Yeah, most definitely. I still got my whole season left. I'm still trying to set my own record, rushing record, and continue to come out and just be with my team, man. I'm happy that we came out with this victory.
No doubt about it. A big win here. Jaheim White led this. Yeah. We can come on in here. We can get Do Jones. Anything you'd like to ask Jaheim White here as well?
Well, that was probably one of your best performances tonight, man. You put on the show for your home crowd, man, and we definitely want to give you the game ball tonight, man. Like I said, for breaking those records, man, and putting everything on your back. And like I said, if anybody out there you want to say anything to, man, you can do it now.
Man, shout out to everybody. I love all y'all. Long live Elmo. Yeah, man. I love all y'all, bro. Appreciate all y'all.
Yeah, man. You definitely put the team on your back tonight, man. We want to get Sam Stoner over here, too, man. Get him over here, bro.
We want to get the head coach. Let's get this guy. Let's not forget this guy, too.
Good job, man. Good job. Live on TV,
let's not forget
here,
this
buddy.
guy, too. 6 touchdowns tonight. Sam, talk to the fans a little bit about your performance. We know what Jaheim did. Talk to the fans a little bit about what you did tonight.
I mean, really, my job is to get the ball to the playmakers. That's what we did tonight. Got the ball to the playmakers, let them make plays.
Well, you certainly did that tonight. I mean, and we talk about him going to West Virginia. You've got some D1. Tell the viewers a little bit about what's going on with you with some D1 looks from schools.
Well, I'm trying to narrow down my top 2 D2 schools, my top 2 D1 schools, and then I'm going to go from there and make a decision at the end of the season.
No doubt about it. It's Sam Stoner here, his dad here, the coach as well. We'd like to get him in on it. But, dude, you have some swag here for maybe
I got something for Sam Stoner as well, man. If you could just put that up to the screen there, if you don't mind. We're live on TV. Also got you guys a mask this year, too.
Oh, yeah, post-COVID.
Sure. You still need a mask for COVID.
Sam, anything you'd like to say maybe to friends and family that are watching tonight?
Not really, no.
You're speechless, huh? Well, congratulations. A big win tonight. Your first win in the win column tonight, 1-2. And where do you guys go from here?
We go up. We trying to go to states. We trying to just keep going. We ain't trying to lose. Okay?
Well, a lot of
losing. We up.
No doubt.
Sam, what say you?
We're going to roll, get this thing rolling, get to the counties, and see what happens.
No doubt about it.
Well, a lot of fans that were watching the game tonight, they can tell you guys have a great connection. A lot of off-season work between you guys. You have a lot of trust in Jaheim. Jaheim has a lot of trust in you. It was on display tonight, man. So congratulations. Go share with your fans, man, and with your teammates, and good job tonight.
Again,
no doubt.
Congratulations, guys. All the best. Stay healthy, guys. All the best. Sam Stoner, Jaheim White. You're going to be hearing more about these guys right here with York High and Coach Stoner here as well. A big win tonight, and they earned it tonight, dude. Get in here, man. Coach. Hey, more the merrier. Congratulations, Coach. A big win. How do you feel? All sweaty and everything, but tell the viewers how you feel.
Well, the last 2 games were tough, and for our kids to be resilient and bounce back and be in a dogfight like this with another great team that we were playing, and for us to be able to win this thing is just, it's great for the kids. I love that they have a chance to earn that victory. And these 2 guys had a great game, but there's lots of good players out there for us.
So. Absolutely. Well, so far the ball didn't really bounce your way in the first 2 games. So during the halftime, what did you tell your guys during the halftime? You got to keep the morale up, and it's a 4-quarter game. So what was the mindset?
Just know that it got pretty animated at halftime with our offensive line. So, but they responded really well, and I told one of the other reporters, I said, at the end of the day, as a high school football coach, you can't look at your kids, and I'm so proud of them because teenagers getting down like that again, most kids are going to hang their heads. Absolutely. So we're getting ready to go league play, and we're going to let this thing rock and see what happens.
Yeah, we also say, you always pick a really tough out-of-conference schedule. You get the guys battle tested and ready, and like I said, this win tonight, I know for sure is really good for the city, for the morale for the city, and everybody was really behind you guys tonight. We're glad you guys pulled it out.
I appreciate it. Now, you're right, and that's, we try to get battle tested. So when you get into the playoffs and you play the Wilsons and the Cumberland Valleys and the Harrisburgs, you're used to playing against good football teams. And, we changed our whole entire schedule. This was the toughest schedule we put together. So, Woodland Hills to Hempfield, and I don't know what ended up the Hempfield Central game.
Central was up at 1 point, 13-7.
13-7 going into the fourth quarter.
And that's the kind of team that Hempfield is. Hempfield is a good football program, a good football team, and then obviously Carlisle. I have a huge amount of respect for them. So I've known Coach forever, and those guys. They have a talented kids. So at the end of the day, we appreciate you guys being here, appreciate the city being here, and the kids are going to keep fighting.
Absolutely, man. Great victory tonight, man. You'll
a
have a great
effort,
weekend,
Coach
I'm pretty
Stoner.
sure.
You well-deserved
right,
win
see you later,
tonight,
Coach. Thanks a lot.
Stoner, rightly so, and a big come on in here, Marcellus. We'll wrap things up here. Marcellus Gottwald, our sideline reporter with Dude Jones. Final thoughts, gentlemen.
Oh, man, that was electric. I'm telling you, and I got to give a shout-out, man. My dad passed away July 15th, and York High graduate, and he was a huge fan of you guys, man. I remember I put a game on last year, and he was like, I'm right here in Central PA. You can't get anything better than this right here, live football. So shout-out to Dad. This was a silver lining that this was his team, and that was one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. So.
Yeah. I said the same thing, man. And we really appreciate all the sideline reporting and also the footage. I already posted some of the footage already, man.
Crazy.
It's almost like NFL style, the way you got all that footage as far as, catching the catch and this being right there. So we really appreciate what you and Stoney both brought to the table. And also your son, hey, give him some time, man. I know Mom's probably watching somewhere.
Give him away.
We're live on TV now, buddy.
Yeah.
Right up there, give away
got
to
a lot
Mom.
of good stuff right there. So
don't be mad at him because he has a Baltimore Ravens jersey on. It's all good.
But anyway, hey, what you guys could do for us is just keep sharing the YouTube page. Man, we can't do it without you guys. And, man, what a blessing to be with you guys out here together.
Absolutely, man. We were really building the team, and you guys are really a big asset to what we got going on. Tonight was a great victory on the home field. York High battled it out. Really came down to the last second. And, like I said, with York High not having that opportunity to kick the ball sometimes, they got to go for them 2 points. So some games come down to this. But they showed up big time, man. Really happy for the guys. Really happy for Jaheim, Sam Stoner, David Ward, and the whole ball club. They played a really good game. Hunt played a really good game as well. So, big shout out to the whole Bearcats.
Yeah.
And everybody that tuned in tonight. We really appreciate you guys. We'll be back next week. Where we be at West York next week.
We'll play host. They'll play host to York Suburban, and we'll be part of the broadcast crew. For Todd Edwards.
Yeah, Dude Jones.
Sports Shooting Stores. We bring the game to you.
See you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.